Alrighty, hello and good friggin' morning. Very early morning, in fact, way the hell earlier than usual, but screw it, we're just gonna go ahead and do it this way today. Yeah. So, last time left it off on a little bit of a cliffhanger. Apologies for that one. Just outright chaos broke out, basically everywhere. Wasn't really a whole lot I could do about it. So, as far as the actual plan at this point, basically consists of just bum rushing everything here. I mean, overall, pretty simple plan. Let's be completely honest here. So let's see. Ideas. I should probably have her camp before then, huh? Maybe not. Maybe not. You know what? It's good. We're gonna have Nancy, the tired lady, go in first. Idea is I'm gonna have the entire team go in, kind of wear these guys down. They don't really have a healing element, so everyone's just gonna completely bum rush up until they're about to take some sort of injuries or losses. The one thing I want to avoid at all costs is any more losses here. Unfortunately, I had to go back and spend a fair bit of money on revives. So anyway, so can't really afford any more of those. Said pretty early on, that's one thing that we definitely can't afford to be doing. But basically had a few items that could be sold to make that happen. And unfortunately it was kind of on the A team there. But I figured it was the most logical way to go about it. So there we go. Just complete bum rush on everybody. Oh, I actually found out something cool last time. That apparently, if you have a crapload of soldiers on somebody, like for example, like I have on Dio here, they do it. I thought it was completely random up to this point, as far as when they end up getting promoted. But apparently, if you have a bunch of them, they end up just going up as an entire team. So, like, say you have 4 squads on there, you end up going up by 12 every single battle. And once they get up to 100, that's when they end up getting one of their units promoted. So it's going to be a little bit more intense than I thought it was going to be in terms of getting new folks. But we'll deal with that as time goes. Okay, is that everyone except for Steve? Good. Let everybody get a little tiny head start here, and then Steve's going to go in. Because yeah, everyone else is going to just try to do whatever damage they can, and then Steve's going to go in for the finisher. Just because he's the one with the attack power. Steve, Butts, and Rick, they're the ones with the most hitting power, but again, they can't really... any one of them individually can't really do enough to be able to pull this off. I'm going to turn the animations off, because I like watching them. Go, miss. No, not a miss. Darn. Yeah, they're just going to throw a few basic attacks out here. Fair enough. Because yeah, the problem last time was that I kind of just assumed that Steve would be able to fight this team solo without any real issues. And so I went ahead and walked away to go deal with some stuff, and then I come back and was like, oh yeah, no, friggin' Mosquito is dead. So that wasn't great. And, oh, crap. I was mashing the button to try to cancel out of this. Oh well, we still ended up taking a loss. Fantastic way to completely go back on what I just said. It's fine, they'll just be replaced. Everyone will attack once. They did enough damage at any rate. As long as somebody's doing something. Now, strategy is just going to be probably attack weakest in all these cases. So hopefully maybe they can take somebody out. Like, ideally I want to spread damage around, but if they're able to take out one of the units, that'd be ideal. And they almost took out one of my lemmings. I'm trying to kill my spear lemmings. Like, for what it's worth, these guys are doing a pretty solid job of keeping their people protected. Good on them, you know? Good on them. We're actually needing to make a concentrated push to actually get through them. Are they going to fall asleep? Good. So I was thinking, as far as training squads go, since I found out about that whole XP roll thing, it makes me think that I think we're going to have a dedicated squad. Like, Dio, his whole thing is still fine, so he can be the, like, trainee masher, as it were, but I'm thinking it also makes sense to have a couple of them that are 2 Gremlins and 2 Spearmen squads. We'll see how that works out. Okay, fantastic. They came in on the flank, so they're hurting these guys pretty darn nifty-like. Thankfully that one spearman guy in the back is reasonably well protected. And yeah, one more thing I found out is that apparently it's all about damage hit, or rather damage given and taken, as to whether or not that Pendra thing can be used. God dang it, Steve, you weren't supposed to get there yet. Why are you so fast? Why are you so fast? Crap. Well, whatever. We'll see how this works out. Yeah, if she had buffed Steve, that'd be a different story. But this is doable. 13-13, that's pretty good. Please put him to sleep. And no, he didn't. Yeah, you know what? It's definitely looking like over-leveled squads are going to be amazing at dodging. So I think it's going to be a little bit better than expected. And yeah, it seems like fairies and gremlins are going to be on about the same level if that's the way it's going to be. Because if the gremlins are able to put somebody to sleep, and if the fairies are able to just basically just dodge endlessly, then we do potentially have an evasion tank situation on our hands. So that could definitely help out. But we'll see, we'll see. I mean, it's at least noticeably larger than anybody else. That's what she said. I've been specifically told several times you can't, that's what she said yourself. But oh well. Oh well. Let this bar go up a little bit faster. Okay, power down. Let her do her thing, and yeah, now we're gonna... Their team's getting a little bit jacked up here. Perfectly fine. Perfectly fine. But yeah, this is exactly why I went ahead and varied up absolutely everybody, and still have Steve as the kind of A team, as it were. Just because, you know, even in the worst case scenario, at least I can get him overpowered, and I can swap in other units. They can go in getting experience. Those units can be swapped out with other lower level parties. You know, spread around the experience that way. As long as there's one heavy hitter, you know, that can maybe do a little bit of carrying. So, like, right now, Butts and Rick are the B teams, as it were. God dang, they're just shanking the hell out of poor Butts here. Getting beaten in the butts. So, that's not going to do very much. Yeah, these guys are good against midweights, definitely not against heavies. They're doing absolutely nothing against heavies. Although, funnily enough, exactly enough 1 XP to level up, so good enough. Good on them. Oh, I've also been told there's apparently a very difficult boss coming up. Which, you know what? If we're getting so many points on the little time meter just from getting hit here, I wonder if we might be able just to do like a tanking kind of situation. So it goes up over time. It also goes up from every hit given or taken. If we have one heavy hitter, and then have a bunch of people just taking hits, well, I'm not able to use that Pendra thing. As far as how much, you know, how long it takes to recharge after that, I don't know. The implication is that it kind of takes a while to come back to life. But again, no information to work up on that one for the moment. So if you're wondering what I'm talking about, it's the bar on the top right. If it manages to reach that little end point before the final turn happens, that's when you're able to activate it, apparently. I wish the game would have actually mentioned this, but oh well. I'm assuming they're going to mention it later, since up to this point it's, you know, it hasn't really been a thing that can happen. Oh, they could have just beaten the leader this entire time? Oh crap. Should have done that. Sir Frederick. I'm pretty sure he did that a long time ago, like friggin' a week ago. We've been walking back and forth, recovering, and getting everybody over here. Seriously, you're fine. You're perfectly fine on time, dude. Who's the douchebag that keeps bringing over fireworks? Like, really, how depressing must that be? Like, you just friggin' lost a war there, and some a-hole keeps following along, dropping out fireworks every time it happens. Right, I'm kind of wondering if the bonus isn't based off time, because I know we did horrible on time that time because of how much I had to retreat. Or if the Earth Javelin's actually a spear, too. Because it looks like the Earth Staff, but, well. Aw, you tied him up. Seriously, how did you not run away in an entire week, dude? Are you sad? Did your job? Because we're clearly the bad guys. Oh man. Hated everything? Yeah, that sounds exactly like Steve. Perfect. Send fixed issue. It really isn't. It clearly isn't, in fact. But yeah, something tells me this guy's gonna die and we're gonna take over his role. Oh, please don't tell. Yeah, okay. Why did we bring Sir Douchebag for this? He's just gonna try to decapitate this guy. I'm pretty sure it doesn't matter. Yeah, and you know what? I'm pretty sure it's gonna be us. So if anybody's new to this, yeah, I've never actually seen the story. Like, I've never played this game. I've played every other game in the series. I'm just assuming, like, I'm vaguely aware of some stuff that can happen, kinda, sorta, and I'm not super sure how any of it happens or in what context. But I know there's a whole bunch of different stuff that can happen in this game, but anyway. Yeah, no, typically Revolutions, yeah, you just need another charismatic person to step up. And they're not exactly lacking for those, they've got plenty. Harry Marcus, dude, he's not mocking you, he's telling you you're a friggin' dirtbag, that's what he's telling you. Wow, what a douche. Dude, do it yourself. Friggin' Game of Thrones rules here, if you're gonna go ahead and sentence him, you swing. Wow. Screw you, buddy. Man. Yeah, no, okay, I think I was pretty spot on earlier about some douchebag is gonna come and, betray us here. Well, I wouldn't exactly go for that, exactly. What the hell? I think his dad was, the one just trying to protect his kid. Like, yeah, they're the source of unwanted stuff, but you don't just, like... If the guy's giving out the sentence, he should do it. Dang it, come on. You were the good guy. You were the good guy. No, screw that. Actually, wait, it's Steve. So, maybe he could. Yeah, that moment when your weird character would totally do the thing. But he totally doesn't want to either, because he... You know what? Maybe he's just too entranced by Debonair's hair. What do? What do? Well, he definitely wouldn't be silent. He'd probably just not do it just to piss off Raid. Whatever. Whatever, douche. Go do it yourself. I mean, demoted into what? I don't even have people in my team anymore. At least not for the most part. Wait, what? Thanks for friggin' stabbing my toe. Huh, is he actually gonna do it? No? Oh, okay. Dude, you know what? I think Dio might be alright. Yeah, you know what? You're alright. You are getting friggin' promoted. Good job. Just friggin' redeemed yourself. If you're gonna go take on Sir Douchebag, you are 100% alright now. Even if you're gonna die for it, but whatever. You know what? You had one redeeming moment. Goodbye. It was nice to see you. Good to see that we finally found that giant glowing defect button. It was nothing. It was called treason, but it's alright, because it's worth it in this case. Is that the right action? You're now wanted by the army? To be fair, they're kind of falling apart. Though, that being said, I think we might have also just kind of crushed your entire army. Wait, he lived? How? He's like level 1. I made sure he never got promoted. Your level and the plot, pretty much, so... Oh, he got saved again. Okay. Man, you know what? Do these guys just hang out in the shadows and they just, like, Batman everybody that tries to join their revolution? Oh, wait, no, that's our old guy. Why are we here? We went along with you? Yeah. Supposed to follow you no matter what? Okay, cool. You know what? This chick's alright. See, old man I can totally understand because he's like friggin' a billion years old, so it's all like... It doesn't even matter. In his case, he can go do whatever and it's perfectly fine. Don't have to feel responsible. We are 100% responsible, but, I think Raid's gonna get it, is the thing. I mean, also, you'd think they'd probably have seen this coming, considering we spent like 15 years doing absolutely nothing but eating birthday cake. Oh well. No way in how we can get back into it? Yeah. Man, it's gonna be a whole thing to get more birthday cake. It's like, can we join you? You know, we did the whole defecting thing. We probably should have checked before we did that, huh? Can't make up for it? Yeah. So... Conveniently, though, apparently our crappy army of frickin' fairies and garbage is, better than whatever you had, so... That's fine. And yeah, their whole war is against Lotus anyway, so perfect. I kinda wonder if in Episode 8 there would have maybe been a thing where Zenobia tries to take over Valeria or something. Just because, like, they seem to do that whole thing and they try to take over places to protect them from Lotus. Alright, one more thing I was told about last time. Let's see if I can find them. This, Wizard Wallace, I don't know, one of these previously used to be a Hellhound. I'm actually going to turn them back into a Hellhound. Let's go ahead and drop that save editor type thing right there. Let's do that. I think it was Wizard Wallace that was actually the Hellhound. So I'm probably going to rename somebody else into that. But yeah. The reason why is apparently those Pendra type dailies, apparently you need to trade in a Hellhound at some point. I was like, well, I conveniently already had one. I just happened to transform him into something else. It's alright, edit units. Let me see. To Ed Cornelia, they were... Oh, the only way that I know for a fact what they are is because I can kind of see their name on here. Okay, it was Leos. Leos was that one originally. You know what? For the sake of convenience, I'm going to turn Cornelia back into one. Because I did have one earlier, and they're not ever going to be fighting anything. They're just there for the sake of being a trade item, for all intents and purposes. There we go. Hellhound, Hellhound. I don't think messing around with that will mess up with anything. Go ahead and even name them trade fodder. There we go. Save that up. Now we load it, if I can find my button. There we go. What in the crap? Why are you... I don't know, for some reason he's showing up as a knight, who the hell knows? It's like a weird knight with headdress feathers, for some bizarre reason. Hang on, did I give them the wrong unit type or something? Yeah, it says Hellhound. Portrait Hellhound, Class Hellhound, Element, None. Yeah, I don't know. That's bizarre. Okay. So, aside from that... There was a quick thing I wanted to do here as far as investigating a couple areas. Namely, I was told to bring Troy back to his hometown, which I think was here. Was it here? No, it wasn't here. Right. Leave this place. You know what? Actually, better idea. I will probably... Do I want to go back and... Later on, I'll go back and see if I can find another Hellhound off-screen. I'm not really sure where exactly they're supposed to be. So yeah. In the meantime, I'm going to keep that fairy as a Hellhound, like, just in case that trade thingy comes up. Apparently, it's just some plot thing that happens. Is this his town? No. Don't think so, anyway. Trying to remember what it looked like. Maybe it was this one over here. Melesia. But I've been told that that having him visit his hometown results in some kind of useful item. That'd be handy to have. Yeah, there we go. It's that town right there. Okay, Mr. Troy. Why don't you go for a little bit of a leave for a little bit here? You'd think people are going to be pretty pissed about this if you think about it in context. Like, oh yeah, so we kind of went ahead and defected. So hey Mom, guess what? We're kind of traitors now, just so you know. It was actually a really good decision. It's something that we all agreed on. It was definitely a good choice. And just thought I'd come by and say hi, you know, see how that's going. I think it worked out pretty okay. Could have definitely gone worse. I saw that somebody vaguely mentioned that it would have been nice to have a plot line that doesn't involve being a traitor, which I'm assuming both dialogue choices would have been more or less the same thing in that one instance, but I do know a lot of other stuff changes, so probably one of those times where they originally had it go on as two different plot lines and then realized, wait a second, we made this game way too big. Could have been. Right. Go ahead and have you visit. Here it says Mom. Like, hey Mom, I'm a soldier man's. How are you doing? Yeah, he's all grown up and stuff, dude. Like, he's got so many kills to his name by this point. It's alright. So we're gonna take a shield made from a sacred tree. It holds the power of the god. Okay. You just had that laying around? Like, here's a sacred god artifact. I just kept it in my basement. Alright, whatever. Sweet. Sweet, sweet. Now, is there something that we actually want to buy? Probably not. Okay. I think we can just go ahead and leave this map and move on with plot now. Probably do a few training matches just to get people worked up. And probably replace Rick's dead unit here. Interestingly enough, I was specifically told that apparently, if there's a 1 in 3 chance after the end of a fight, if the unit is dead, they may turn into a zombie. In the case of female units, they would turn into an angel. Here's the thing, though. Or actually, no, I think they said the odds were 1 in 6 that they become an angel instead. But I don't know how that applies to fairy units. So, we're gonna go ahead and, let's see, how do I... No. Remove character. So remove the fallen fairy. Fair enough. And now we're gonna go ahead and add one. Now, who is it that died exactly? Something that I probably should have taken a look at. Crossback, unfortunately. So if I can afford to, I'll bring them back, but I'll be frank, I'm not really spending the money on that right now, especially not on Crossback. Should I? I mean, they've been around for quite a while. Yeah, okay. You know what? Maybe I will. Maybe I will. Maybe I friggin' will. I need to put them in the team, though. Okay, who needs units? Somebody did. Troy, you know what? Troy, you're gonna probably lose one of your spear dudes. In fact, why don't you get rid of this one? Right. And sorry, this system is still a little bit of a thing to get used to. So even though Troy's currently our like head soldier training guy, I think we're gonna. I want to take that away from him though. He's getting 9 per fight, so he might be the one getting promotions for everyone. Maybe I should get rid of Leah's, Barbara's. Actually, yeah, probably get rid of Barbara's soldier guys up here, and then go ahead and add a second, yes, a second line ferry. There we go. Pop them right there. And what else do we want to do here? Probably change that formation around a little bit. Crossback is going to be one of the ones taking hits. I have Barbara here. Instead of doing her double attack there, she's actually going to go back and go for lightning. Feels like the better way to go with her. On top of that, let's go ahead and go for the equipment here. Give Troy that shield. Okay, his actual defense goes down, but apparently he gets rid of petrification or something. So, alright. There we go. Armament help you at all? Not at all. Not at all on that. Okay, Earth Javelin. So it is a spear, and it does make him way stronger. Okay. Fantastic. That I can most certainly deal with. Let's exit that screen. Next time we run to a witch hut, we'll go ahead and get Crossback back on their feet. And then, we need to do a little bit of training. So let's get Steve's team going here. So a cool thing that I found out last time is apparently when it comes to these fights, there's like 5 or something like that go in a certain order. So the whole reason I was able to get that dragon fight a couple times was because I was actually doing that several fights in a row with Steve. So if we can do the same thing, it might be possible to get that ability. We'll see. We'll see. See, I'm finding out about mechanics, maybe learning some stuff. If they go down in training, I wonder if they actually reset their XP counter. Might be something worth considering. Another thing probably worth considering is maybe adding a Gremlin to the squad. Like, as good as their offense is right now, it seems like a Gremlin might be a really good choice. I'm probably going to keep that frontline buffer, just because they're doing a pretty good job. Yeah, weirdly enough, it's still Vin that's doing the least damage, despite having the highest dex. I don't understand how that scaling works. It's kind of an odd duck situation. Okay, we can probably turn off the animations for this. Go ahead and finish up the fight. Already know they're gonna win it. Dragon's probably gonna try to eat a fairy. Yeah, there they go. Perfectly fine, everybody else can just finish this one. I'll have to test if their XP got changed, though. What is your status? Where's condition? I just want to see condition, please. There we go. I could have just hit A at any point. Fine. Okay, so their XP is not reset if they go down in training. Fair enough. That is good to know. Don't have to worry about that whatsoever. Alright. More training then. Spend all the money. Spend it all. Worst case scenario, maybe we'll sell some stuff. strategy... yeah, just go for weakest. Yeah, it's kind of funny that this little team keeps popping up. Like, come on, guys. What are you even doing here? Why do you keep coming back? Yeah, what it would come down to, and the reason that I was saying that maybe a second Gremlin would help. Actually, for now, I might even swap out Vin with somebody else. Excellent. Everybody gets their levels. Okay, I'm gonna get them really leveled up. If we don't get it this time, I'm gonna swap out Vin in order to put in a second Gremlin. Well, it's not gonna be this one. Although that is a new fancy spear. I want to say that's one of the blessed ones, considering that it's all blue and shiny and everything. Unless there's a different kind. Who knows? Nobody knows, except for somebody that knows, and I'm not that somebody that knows. So, don't ask me. Probably the fairest way to do it. Yeah, these are all just kind of a pushover. Well, they're really giving a ton of XP, I have to say. Yeah, I keep thinking probably the best way to handle that whole dragon team probably going to be something along the lines of just attacking strongest and just hoping Abyss does its job every time. Realistically, it can be doable. I mean, during that time, it would be the entire left side that's handling the dragon. Meanwhile, Steve would probably be able to murder the ever-loving hell out of the tamer. So something like that. Okay, we've got one more. Hopefully this rolls it, please. Yes, okay. Love that her excuse is, you guys are just tired, not my dragon's complete bullcrap. Okay, back to strongest. Please sleep. Okay, didn't sleep. We're screwed now. Actually, maybe not. Okay, there we go. It went to sleep. And now everybody attack weakest. Gives them time to recover. They can beat this tamer. Then from there, they should be able to focus on the dragon back there. At this point, it's realistically possible. Yeah, especially now it's realistically possible. Even though they're doing almost no damage, but hey, it works. Yep, you know what? Gremlins are really the clincher for this whole plan. There we go, that's a win. We're not even going to take a loss, it looks like. Okay, fine, fine. You just make me eat my words, douchebag. That would have been hilarious if he suddenly just stun-locked everybody forever after that. Okay, do we get a shiny out of that? Was that the boss? Yes, okay, we do get a thingy out of it. Or at least we get a cutscene. Yes, I can trust you, sure you can take its power. Please take good care of it. What is it? Which one is it? Okay, Pedra of Wind. Sweet. So vote for Pedra, but what exactly... I mean, it's the same thing as the other one, I know, but... Gunther Piedmont. Okay. Well, let's go see what old Gunty is up to then. There's probably more training to do here. 330 for that, 210 for that. Who can I afford to train? Dio is 120. Nancy. I feel like Nancy or Amanda. I think Amanda was the one that was the really severe weak link last time. Also on top of that, let's replace all fallen soldiers here. Kind of amazing that we didn't have anyone defect out of that whole situation. Okay. Exit. Training, and yeah, I think it was Amanda that needed help. Get her a little bit of training in there. Or no, wait, not her. She's the healer. Whatever. That's perfectly fine. Yeah, her team has no problems whatsoever. Though this should hopefully make them a little bit more tanky. Yeah, so this formation I really like. Because you basically have the two guys on the front just kind of being grunts and being defensive. Protecting their main guy in the back, putting everybody to sleep. Got the healer keeping everybody supported, keeping them from losing attack power in the front, and then you got the fairy just kind of dodge tanking off to the side. At least in theory, that's how it should work. There's, you know, dodge tanking isn't necessarily always reliable, but still works out pretty well. No, I think the only time I've seen where dodge tanking is actually something that's expected to be relied upon, and, you know, oftentimes results in some pretty messed up runs when it doesn't work. That was FTL, if you ever played that. I'd assume there must be some carryover between people that play this and FTL. But like in that one of your main stats was just boosting your engines to get a flat bonus to you or your evasion. Alright. So, we're out of money for training. It's perfectly fine. Let's go ahead and save it real quick. And there we go. I feel like Steve's team is pretty well strong at this point, so I just need to get everybody else some experience. All money will be spent on balancing them out. Like, this, the way they handle training and promotions in this is just, this is what they needed to do the whole rest of the series. It's just so dang good. It just sets the right limits on everything. Act as a mobile force commanded by you. We're already doing that, though. Yeah, so we're gonna hire you, but you're on your own. I need to go to the mine. Just liberate mines, the game. Liberate the area, head north Dardanelle. Once you get there, I'll be counting on you. Are we gonna go hang out with, friggin... what's his face again? Like, Debonair? Just go hang out in all his luscious hair? Hello there, Mr. Cow, good morning. Didn't expect you to be up at this hour. This will be our first campaign as a Revolutionary Army. No, we're the mobile Mosquito force. Dang it. We just defected. We just friggin' defected, and they're all like, okay, we don't really trust you. Oh well. That's pretty fair. Besides, you cannot get trust that easily. Yeah, pretty much. Alright. What's that? Is it map with bridges? Alright, so headquarters from Taka, Land of Commerce. Wow. Well, it's good to own that now, isn't it? Friggin' Land of Commerce is the Walmart of the old times. Gotta reach Gunther Mines, a day's march to the southeast. Liberate the mines for the southern division. Nifty. Alright. So yeah, the usual split the forces approach. Yeah, I have no idea why anybody would take that route. It seems like the one around the left is way more obvious. Let's see. Specializing in mountain and terrain. Well, we don't exactly have that luxury now, do we? Alright, so what we're gonna do is we're actually gonna go and take those towns in the middle. Probably send the tank units down that way. Send everybody else in a giant mob to do a wide turn around the left. Seems like a way better way to do it. So Treskin man who could be of great help. Who is he? Is that gonna be Lance? No. Aznabel Baral, he was once known as the Iron Hammer. Dang. Dude sounds metal as hell. Hidden Rebel, he would have been a high ranker by now. Okay. Do you know him? I guess you could say so. This guy wanted to rebel for a long time, he was just too old to do it. It's like, sweet, we can get into the real treason party if we do this. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's got some dirt in his past. Yeah, there we go. So, yeah. He was assigned as his bodyguard. We never were friends, and let's see. Actually took place during that incident, okay? So it's gonna turn out his dad definitely wasn't a bad guy, even though we already saw the cutscene that said, you know, he totally wasn't a bad guy. Couldn't find the right moment. Yeah, to be fair, how do you put that? But then, you know, you get some convenient treason going on, and you might as well. Might as well. Might as friggin' well. Alright, so it looks like they're actually putting out decent, competent folks right at the very start. Alright. So, first things first. Tell me something real quick here. How far does this map go north? Not very. So we don't have very much movement room at all. Sorry. Steve and most of the faster units are going to take that. Butts and Rick are going to go take this town. They're going to be the two strongest that I would want for that kind of thing. Actually, I think I'm going to send Dio out for that too. Since he's now redeemed himself, he's kind of now... he's awesome now. Alright. Let's go ahead and move you over here. Then everybody else is going to be sent out the other way. Even though I would send Troy out over to the right. I'm actually going to move him over to the left. Since despite his bulkiness, he's generally not somebody that's terribly slow, surprisingly. Alright. I think Nancy and Amanda are gonna sit here guarding the HQ. I don't assume we'll see very many attacks. They're just kind of there to deter attacks more than actually fight them, and maybe buy time for somebody else to get there. And then Leah, you also go out. Leah, etc. Can't help but notice, a lot of games at that time had characters named Leah. I wonder if it was at all related to that song. Yeah, you just leave the safety of your town and go attack us on a bridge. That's smart. This is when I find out everybody's ridiculously overleveled or something. Yeah, I think I'll leave animations off for now. Because I know that complaint has come up a couple times that this run was taking a super long time just because animations were taking forever. Especially since all of them have to do their big, fancy wind-up and everything. So, Butts' team, absolutely fantastic. They're going to take that town with no trouble. It's just 3 Valkyries without a leader left now. No problem. Alright. Friggin' crumpling over like a paper bag. That's what that whole situation is. I don't assume they have flyers. The only thing that the, let's see. Liberated the thing. Okay, so I'm gonna have Dio attack those Valkyries. See about getting some free XPs. Okay. Power up, you just keep slashing through them. I think after this, that'll be about the time to start swapping out Steve with some other units. Actually, no, there's no need to swap units as much in this one, because I can just send people out to training. So it might be cheaper... Yeah, it definitely might be cheaper to not do that now that I think about it. Okay, never mind. We're just going to leave them and have them function as their own squad for now. So we're gonna... Yeah, we're gonna send Rick out. Butts is gonna handle defense for now. And then we're gonna go ahead and send Dio out to finish these Valkyries. So you go ahead and lock onto those Valkyries. Good job. Rick's main goal in that attack is actually just to serve as a distraction. Because I want Dio to get all that experience for his soldier mans. This should be a complete curb stomp. Pretty much. They're already doing almost no damage. So yeah, having that 1A team approach definitely works as long as we have some others that can at least competently fight. That works out perfectly well, and unlike March of the Black Queen, it doesn't seem like being stronger than the other guy is ruining your alignment. Right. Troy, I want you to go test out your new spear on these guys, please. Meanwhile, everybody else probably just go and start marching down this way. Let's have Leah go ahead and assist in this one just in case it's needed. And let's have Barbara go start marching down this way. I wonder if this is when Valkyries being good at walking in snow became a thing. Because I know that was something that I recalled. Well, I thought it was unique to something in Night of Lotus. where they specialized in the snow. Though it does make sense. I mean, they're supposed to be all Norse mythological and crap. There we go. Norse mythological. Okay, 19. Yeah. Okay, so Troy's hitting really friggin' hard at this point, and it seems like that spear's what Mr. Fancy Phalanx Man was carrying. So that's why he got it. Gotcha. Okay. He actually probably would have won that fight, but unfortunately he got a little bit repelled. Yeah, Leia will be able to handle him no trouble, I would assume anyway. She might be able to handle them a little bit better if I actually bothered to upgrade her weapon at some point. But nah, upgrades are for nerds. Who upgrades? Yeah, it's funny how the best part of her squad is the fact that she can put multiple units to sleep at one time. There we go. See, I was told that it was all going to be impossible. We're doing alright. Doing pretty okay. It's alright, it's okay. Hopefully Steve will see another day. Trying to understand. I can't really think of how to tie those rest of those parts together, but whatever. Have you move up. You lock onto him. I'm gonna have Nancy run up and take over the fence here. At this point, I still don't know if losing the stronghold is like a hard game over, or if it actually just does the same thing as it did in March of the Black Queen. I'd assume it's the MOTBQ approach, where it's just like, it knocks you out of the map. I mean, let's be frank, it was a little bit goofy when that happened, but, you know, it made sense. You were basically just getting repelled instead of being actually killed off, but either way, it's not really something that I really want to go ahead and test. Alright, let's have Leah go test out what's going on in these different terrains here. So I'm sending Leah and Troy out into the woods and kind of marshes, respectively, because I want to see about getting them. Well, see about finding some hidden items, hopefully. Right. I can't say that was ideal. I think at this point we can safely have Rick back up. Bear in mind that they are just a distraction here. Let's have you go sit there under cover. Dio, I don't expect you to be able to do very much. But we'll see, we'll see. I mean, they can at least take a little bit of health off here. They're at least lasting somewhat competently. That's fine. It's perfectly fine. Okay. Actually, you know what? Dio... Tell you what. You go this way. See if you can maybe assault them from that direction. Ooh. Somebody left another perfectly good spellbook in the road. Seems to happen surprisingly often. Okay. Friggin' butts coming in here. Yeah. I saw that you were attacking. Figured I'd go ahead and stop by here. Prevent that situation from happening. Actually, wait a minute. If they win this, that puts them... Oof. You could potentially put them right behind our front line, too. Or behind our defensive lines, rather. Dang it. They just got enough to use that Pendra there. They just got enough. They needed one more turn. But yeah, all that damage flying around definitely did it. Okay, you get over here. Rick, I'm gonna have to have him heal, actually. Unit commands, use item. Which one of your fairies was dying here? That one, just heal up, because I can't really afford to be replacing people right now. And, oh, never mind, you're just sitting on a witch den. Well, it's not like we could... Yep, we just came by for some soup, you know. It's not like we can do very much anyway. But let's see what this stronghold actually has to say. Okay, for the Onion Army to the Revolution Army, sure going through a hell of a lot of trouble. Well, if it's your choice, man. If I was still young, I'd be like you. Well, yeah. It's funny. Rick probably has a tear in his eye from that one. It's like, man, nobody wanted to be like me in the last game. Absolutely nobody. Now people want to be my friend. That's funny. I like to think Rick is kind of like the king of defection over here. Because, you know, last game, he basically was, like, nobody would be his friend. Then suddenly the Black Queen offered to be his friend. He's like, hey, I'm gonna go be your friend now. Alright, we'll hanging out there. But anyway, so yeah, he decides to defect. Presumably he somehow retires out here. And then yeah, we end up joining up once again. And we end up defecting once again, except now we both defected, so it worked out. That went pretty okay. So we're still getting and taking a good bit of damage here, but I don't think we're going to get that pen draw. Why does it not feel like that bar is going up as much as it did last time? Whatever. His team can still overpower like crazy. It's just a matter of how long that strategy will last is a question. Because yeah, as long as I keep him up in the front, maybe if I just spend money on training up everybody else and then just keep him dominating through all these fights, that might be the way to do it. Because that way he gets, his whole team gets a ton of experience, becomes very, very tanky and everything else, and everybody else just needs to be able to do well enough that a couple of them can hold a town. But as long as a couple of their squads can hold a place, it's something, you know? Kind of the plan here. Okay, so at this point, Barbara will probably go attack and finish them, get a little bit of experience going. Troy can go defend this town, since he's probably not going to find anything out there. And then Steve probably needs to take a little bit of a rest here. So you just go ahead and camp. Okay. We are. Alright, Mr. Butts. What is your condition at this point? Okay. Yeah, no, they're still recovering. Yeah, recovery is way, way slower in this one than it was in MOTBQ. He's just hanging out over there at the very corner of the map, like, no, let me leave! Why is this stupid boundary here? Let me leave! Alright. Go check out those marshlands, go take that town on the right. Barbara will hopefully be able to finish these guys off. Of course, I say that, and then they just end up getting completely rocked just from watch. I mean, they're kind of in the process of doing that right now. She defended it. Oh, sweet. They lost, but they all got levels. That's perfectly fine. That's basically just a win plus some extra exercise. So a double win if you think about it that way. And yeah, I know you guys are tired. Just finish this last Valkyrie off and you're good to go. Okay, what is your condition? Your status. Isn't that great? Yeah, whatever. They're just gonna rest up a little bit. What is your condition? It seems like they're fully healed, so I'll go ahead and have Rick's team attack again. Yep. Actually, no, I need you to attack whatever her face is here. Sheila? Yeah. It's the one that's all damaged and everything. That is just annoying. You can get a little piece? Not really, you're on a mountain. It's a little bit surprising that they decided to attack on a mountain, but whatever. Okay. They actually... Okay, for a second there, it looked like they were going to take enough damage to trigger the Pendra thing. But no. No, no, no. Alright, well, if you guys aren't going to participate very much, you just go over here. 4v1, can you handle it? The answer is barely by the looks of it. Man, that is embarrassing. It's just plain embarrassing. They seriously, they're losing a 4-1. Right, they definitely need a little more training. Whatever. They'll be cheap to train them up. We'll get on that later. Probably about time to send Butts in, see if he can maybe make some headway. I'm so glad that somebody recommended Butts tonight. Oh, dang. You guys do nothing! You do absolutely no damage. So I wonder if once your damage gets high enough, there's the opportunity to just do like quick hit and run type maneuvers, like you could in MOTBQ. Right, there we go. Marionette. Okay, I think we can make doll wizards then. And it seems like Dio's actually going to lead off that Beastmaster squad. Ooh. Caught them napping. Excellent. You don't nap when Rick's around. Have any idea how lonely that guy is? I mean, once again, they've gone and they've either neutraled or lost so many fights that they've actually gotten a level from it. That's pretty great. Alright, is he gonna run into somebody else? I think he's trying to sneak by. Oh, but they're gonna attack him now. Boo. Well, poo on you, sir. Poo on you. Wow. Strategy, attack leader. Dang. It's working out okay. I mean, they're taking some damage, but dang. I think they actually almost decapitated that squad. And as much as I don't like doing it that way... found a heal leaf. Okay. Here's the thing. Rick, you go ahead and use... Wait a minute. He found the leaf, but he isn't holding it? That's odd. Suppose in retrospect... This might not have been the best way to do it. Oh well. They still get them XPs? Definitely gotta take that town so I can get them back to a witch den now, even though we're kind of too broke to make use of it. Oh, crap. Dude, everybody's after Dio. Run! Run, Forrest, run! Okay. Hopefully Butts can liberate that town. Rick, I need you to maybe get your single-track mind out of there. Ideally. Alright, gonna need to have Steve go attack that town in the north. Maybe that'll cause them to split their defenses a little. There we go, leader's gone. Perfect. That guy's asleep. Excellent. Yeah, Butts is starting to catch up to Steve's level of competence here. And they've got a very similar team. So I almost feel like maybe that's kind of the ideal type layout, isn't it? Like one Gremlin, 2 attackers, 1 buffer, and 1 like frontline fighter there. Although Leo's squad is just also really doing well despite their circumstances. Yeah, take out their leader. That's gonna take them a few tries. they did manage to beat them back, interestingly enough. Huh. See? See? They're not so bad! They can actually pull off some stuff. Well, at this point, I can probably have Amanda move up. Go take this town. At least go help defend it, because they're going to need some serious help there. Yeah. Dio's basically driven away most of their reinforcements here. Yeah, Troy, you go ahead and friggin' camp. What's your situation? Almost perfectly fine. Okay, you go take Ingram up here. And there we go. I think that might... Yeah. Dio's just got a bunch of disposable units, so it's mostly fine. Though, interestingly enough, they're all guarding him now. What are the odds that they're going to have enough to use that Pendra? Not very good, it would seem. Alright. They're going to back off there. That's fine. Wow, he's so far off the map I can't even select it. Let me select dude. Okay. You just need to give them a complete wild goose chase here. So they're going off that way. But I'm gonna need you just to go ahead and defend this town for now. Actually, do you have stronghold commands right now? No, you don't. Okay. So yeah, Dio's doing a pretty decent job of scaring, or not scaring them all off, but we're like getting completely curb stomped over and over to the point where they all run off. Now you guys can go ahead and retreat. So, I know they get 1 experience per fight anyway, so I wonder if I keep retreating with these little soldier guys if they end up getting their promotions faster. Yeah, he's locked in a corner. There's not very much I'll be able to do at this point. He actually very well might get eliminated. Alright. It's alright, somehow. Maybe by some miracle they'll get a bunch of dodges in a row. Retreat, please. Please at least try to retreat, instead of just running into the back of the map. Go that way. Yeah. He's getting eliminated, there's nothing I can really do about that. Whatever, fight to the death then. Can I revive him, and does that count as an important character? Game over. We'll retreat back to headquarters, okay. I think it's more like they will get friggin' stabbed over and over. It's just the one guy left, trying to drag Dio back to HQ. Alright. That's the first full elimination, but we didn't lose any fairies out of it, so it's alright. Alright, here's hoping Butts wins this one. Fine. Yeah, wow, these guys are taking no damage at all. This is pretty great. Phalanx is just... Are they just not very good offensively at all in this one? They were, Hoplites were pretty friggin' strong in Locked. Ooh, Wild Griffin. Okay. Hello, Wild Griffin. Would you like to become a fairy? I can transform you into one. Not persuaded? Dies. Nobody wants to be Rick's friend. Why does nobody want to be Rick's friend? Kinda wish that we could just fight this thing till we beat it. But oh well. Oh well. We tried. Okay. Mr. Butts. What's going on in this town? I got a shop or anything? Not that we can really make use of one. Sir Aznabel is a great dude. He's been kept and bent their minds, worked hard not to have slaves, and inspired them not to too. If you had a daughter... I'm sure he's worried about leaving his daughter behind. Well, yeah. I can tell you, you definitely would never ever do that. Okay. So. Let's say, no, that's good to mind. Okay. Yeah, sorry about the kind of like wandering cursor thing. That's actually some jank with the controller right now. Okay. First off, you break camp. You go ahead and target this lady again. Eventually, you'll probably win that fight. Troy, you also need to wake up early. And I need you to go assist with this whole situation. They're gonna need some help. Everything else should ideally be fine. Now, you tell me what this place has to say. Spin Southern Vision, got kicked out. If I get kicked out, it's more like we kinda, you know, shanked the wrong guy. After punching the wrong guy. Also didn't mean to go back in there. Oops. Guy's kind of funny with his really out of place hat. Well, I say out of place, but then again it was also around in Night of Lotus. So whatever. It was the perfectly normal hat, that's what I'm trying to say here. Never judge a man by his hat. Yeah, that whole giant wall of red on the right doesn't look terribly appealing. Peace, slash, EPPs, etc. Really not worried about anybody Steve runs into. They're pretty friggin' OP, let's be honest. At least currently speaking, they are. They're getting so close to using that Pendra ability. And now that we have two of them, I wonder if that'll just kind of create this interesting snowball situation. Again, I know I mentioned it before, but I don't know most of what's going on here. This is a challenge run that's completely blind, so... At least almost completely blind, I just have whatever information folks have told me. It's one of those kinds of things where if somebody shares something, then I know it, but otherwise I'm not going out of my way to look up anything. It's just a few little bits and pieces that I'm aware of vaguely. Alright. There we go. Power down's not ideal, but they can take out the leader. Should have just enough damage. No. Dang it. Just short on that one. It's still fine, they may attack again. So that leaves that town undefended. Alright, Rick. Say it, but attack. No, you're already on your way back, but you attack too. Yeah. Sure, we're gonna have a whole lot of Chaos Frame issues from losing that town. Don't know entirely how that works in this one, but hopefully they don't judge us too harshly. Yep. Somehow no level ups out of that. Tell me your condition real quick. Are you the one with the one that's knocked out? Yes. Okay. In that case, I'm gonna need to start marching over here. Okay. March there. Sweet, we're just finding stuff all over the place. Okay, Leah, as much as I need you on that side, I'll have you go down and defend this town instead. They capture that town, but there's not a whole lot we can do. Funnily enough, I think that's the same squad that ended up attacking Rick earlier, and now they're running away. Yeah, go attack the leader. These guys aren't in great shape, but they can take out the leader. Yeah. They can retreat out of this one. Ooh, I ended up getting a bunch of XP for it. Fair enough. I don't know why that surprises me in the slightest, because of course they would. Okay. Rick, you've earned yourself a nap. Go take back that town. Mr. Butts, continue taking that town. Miss Nancy. Wait, Nancy, you just stay there. Amanda, you're the one that needs to go here, because you're the one that's very annoyingly difficult to take down, so... That... Poor bastard thinks he can take on Steve. He has not met Steve. Steve, the mechanized murder fairy. So yeah, I know I mentioned this every time, but the only reason that Steve actually is the fairy unit is the game crashes because of it. Actually, that's the only reason I can't make them into leaders too. Otherwise, I totally would. Funnily enough, in March of the Black Queen, Gremlins could be leaders, but it doesn't look like they can do that in this one. But you can have Hawkmen as leaders. But, you know, that's like one of those where exactly do you draw that line type situations. And there we go. Let's go ahead and do another one. Might be complete blasphemy to say, but I'm a little bit surprised that this genre didn't come back as like a mobile game or something, you know? It's like just something like this. It feels like it would have been a perfect transition if you think about it. Because I know like a cousin of mine plays a whole ton of different mobile games and all that kind of thing all the freaking time, and most of them I just completely don't understand because it's literally just like push a button and it throws numbers at each other for hours. Like, that's not a game though. It's like, no, but I gotta go set them up beforehand. Like, but do you actually have any input past that? Like, no, I just watch cutscenes. Like, well, then that's not really a game. It's more of a really predictable movie now, isn't it? He doesn't really like when I pick on his games, but whatever. Point being, I'm kind of surprised that, you know, this kind of thing, where you have a full map, you've got your squads and everything else, just kind of surprised it never made a comeback. At least not in this exact form, I should say. Like, it feels weird to compare those two. Just because it's a very completely different situation. Anyway, with everybody that's there right now, I don't think we're gonna see Butts getting overwhelmed. I think once Troy pops up to relieve them, it'll be a little bit better. I would probably send Troy down to go ahead and relieve the town Steve's holding right now. But I feel like this way, you know, we can get a second guy that's ridiculously strong, especially with that upgraded spear that he got. There we are. Plus, we just seem to be pushing them around with very little effort, so if we can get the lobies to be, you know, a little bit better, that'd be ideal. This is Nancy, right? Yes. Just want to make sure. Okay. I think at this point we have full control of the area. So you're actually going to redirect this way. What I'm worried about is that they'll send somebody past the gaps there. Like send somebody down this way. But I think hopefully we have the area under control now. It's a problem that kept coming up in March of the Black Queen over and over and over. And I kept thinking I had a place completely surrounded, and they're like, nope. We sent one Hawkman around the very edge of the map. You know, we just sent that one guy just to go liberate random towns to screw with your Chaos Frame, but not actually, you know, net us any kind of win or anything. It doesn't really get us anything. We're just sent one guy to be a dick to your stats. What can you do? Alright, let's have you go this way. I'm actually going to go ahead and have her eat that power fruit, since they don't seem to be all that rare. And let's eat it. That monster fruit. Monster fruit. Then I'll have her drop by the witch's den after she takes out the squad. Okay. Terminator with the giant wings in her hair. That has to be... I wonder if that's as uncomfortable as it looks, you know? Kind of give them a little bit of a headache if they're as big as they look. A little bit unclear. Oh well. Man, you guys do piss off for damage. These are just basic grunts. What are you doing? Not very much is the answer to that one. Not very much at all. A little bit sad when they're losing to that degree. Okay. Maybe I'll have Leah take over this town. Or no, she just can probably push in. I wonder traveling over the mountains though. This chickie will eventually be able to beat these guys. This is just depressing that they're having this much of an issue. I mean, you're the one that we gave one of the upgraded spears to, for crying out loud. Come on. You can do this. You can friggin' do this 5 damage at a time. They'll eventually get it. They have that boulder spear. Oh, so funny thing. Yesterday I was going and testing out Daedalus 64 over on the Vita. So if you're unaware of what that is, it's a it's an emulator for the PSP. Well, it's rather a 64 emulator for the PSP. That ends up working surprisingly well given the circumstances for many things. However, the thing's still kind of a janky piece of crap. So yeah, what ends up resulting is this emulator where every now and then you'll just get stuff that completely doesn't work, and this being one of those things. Where in the patch note, well, not in the patch notes, but in the compatibility notes, they specifically say like, oh yeah, no, it just completely crashes on start and everything else. So after messing with the settings and everything else, I went and got it working, kind of. But here's the thing. Mechanically, everything works just great. You know, all the fights work, everything works. But there's two big buts to that situation. For one thing, if you end up putting it into suspend at any point, it just completely crashes. But B, there's kind of a thing where everybody looks like they came out of the frickin' shadow dimension, and it's just like a bunch of shadows instead of actual models. I don't know why, just like all the models are completely blacked out. Under all circumstances, they're just completely blacked out, and in some of the cutscenes, they just come in as weird bits of geometry. Like, for example, the one at the very start where Magnus and Dio are going and meeting Old Man Hugo for the first time. They come in as weird, like, giant deformed pentagons, and then eventually form into normal shadows. It's pretty awesome looking. Eventually, they will win that fight. Okay. Barbara. Why are you not technically in that tower? Okay, get onto that exact tile, please. Also, wow, we must have a bunch of really naked witches running around, because, dang. There's just, like, witch dresses everywhere. I mean, not that I'm complaining. I'm sure nobody's complaining, given the rest of the norms in the series. But anyway... Do you need skills? Yes, but we are the broke. Ew. That's way too much money for us. Looks like everyone's alive and well. If you say so, lady. Prospect's a little bit dead. So hopefully we don't find out if Prospect gets to turn into a zombie. Okay, whatever. You just chill for a moment. Okay. Now, Troy, I'm gonna need you to go deal with this guy before he becomes a problem. Their destination. She's still doing that. Okay, I need this guy gone. I don't care how you do it, they need to be gone. They're leaderless, I think. So I'm not sure they'll be able to take that town. Oh, come on, Leah. So yeah, they're just running back and forth. It's just the one guy left in there now. Okay. Nancy, you should be able to take out at least one of these guys. That looks out perfectly fine. Mr. Rick. I'm gonna need you to go take out the other one. Hopefully. And then at that point I can probably have Steve start heading in. Because once that town on the bottom is no longer sitting there out in the open, we should be fine. Why would you guys do no damage? Not that I'm really surprised, but oh well. Actually, there is a very big issue with her squad right now. I need to have corrected immediately. Transformation. Right. You go over there, you go over there. Why do you not have more units? Don't know. Whatever. You guys are gonna be at this for a while. Might as well go and make some coffee, have a little bit of breakfast. I'll be finished poking down these golems sometime within the next 3 decades. And then things are looking mighty jacked. Alright, golems are leaderless though, so they might not even try to take the town. Thrust, thrust, thrust. Nobody wants to be woken up while sleeping to thrusting. And you just go right back to sleep. Perfect. Would be kind of a neat thing to see, where, like, if, say you were in a fight, and you ended up putting all of them to sleep, but they would just immediately camp on the spot. I wonder if that can potentially be worked into the fan mod. Oh yeah, so if you weren't aware, there's a friggin' fan mod for this game. Or it's in the works anyway. And they're doing all kinds of cool crap with it. So, hopefully you should see that coming out at some point in the near future. I say the near future, I don't know how near that future would be. Like, it's... At this point, it's still kind of in the testing and figuring out what works kind of stage. But we'll see. We'll see. It's looking really promising. Like, they already have different kinds of animations and different moves and different renamings of things already figured out. Looking all positive, like. There we go. Yeah, Steve's party having no trouble here whatsoever. It doesn't seem like they're running into 1 XP territory just yet, but they are only getting 5 from wins at this point. Not ideal, but not exactly the worst thing in the world either. As long as nobody sneaks through to take one of our back towns, we should be perfectly fine. Though again, the AI does seem better in this one, so I'm kind of hopeful that they won't do that. Alright, yeah, that ain't gonna work. Tell you what, Mr. Troy, you just come back and take this, yeah, you're gonna take over defense, because obviously you're gonna need Steve's help for this one. The thing is, those golems are a bit too, difficult of a nut for him to crack. These he should be fine against. Oh, dang it. And here, I thought we were doing all super well. They just came in and killed some of my little dudes. Funny part is, though, he keeps losing, so they're teleporting around the map all effective-like. Okay. Why is that red again? Why is that red? Go back and... Did they seriously sneak somebody through and take that town? I really hope not. Just chasing those guys back to the corner of the map still. Right. Take yourself a nap. Guys aren't in very good shape anymore. Perfectly fine. They'll be able to beat him eventually. Give them a little bit of a minute and they'll pull it off. Dang it, Nancy, come on, stick to one group. What are you doing? What you doing? Losing dudes, that's what you're doing. That's fine, that's fine. Yeah, she does a ton. Like, she does an absolute ton of damage as soon as that abyss hits. Just if it doesn't hit, that's when they start taking casualties over and over. we go. Please finish off this squad and actually level up finally. Starting to run low on frontline grunts at this point. Perfect. Yeah, well, at least one of them leveled. It's at least something. Alright. Yeah, at this point, I'm gonna have her back off. Probably gonna need to make camp at some point, but Rick can go get the XP on the last guy. You go that way, these guys are leaderless. So Steve will go in and take care of them in just a minute. God dang it. That was such an avoidable situation, too. Oh well. Lost 2 more units. Well, they are replaceable. I think we have an extra 40 or something like that of those guys. That's supposed to be Rick's job. I don't know why you attacked Nancy. Ooh, wild golem. Wonder what happens if we turn you into a fairy. Yay, he decided to join. Like, man, I see that we're completely owning you guys on the other end of the map. Just, can I go ahead and join you? Seems like you might need my help. My brothers are kind of dicks. Here's the question, though. Did they take that town, and if they did, how? How on earth would they have done that? Please finish these guys, finally. Just the most unusually resilient random grunts I've ever seen. There we go. Free levels all around. Ah, those guys are great for XP, though. As much as they may be a punching bag. Skip lay staff, not very useful, but oh well. Now, Troy, I know I had you move all the way down here, but instead we're gonna have you go right back out there again. Actually, we're probably gonna have you camp right there, so. And then once he's close enough to actually help, that's when I'll be able to send Steve out. Oh, god dang it, they're almost down. That one guy that's... Good. Never mind, if they lose the grunt, whatever. As much as I don't like that situation, it's, you know, it is what it is. So hopefully they'll attack first. Will they? No. Man, I think it's such a douche. Oh well, more grunts for Rick later. Maybe they'll stop making the mistake of giving us more. Marionette was found. You head back to town as well. Why on earth they would have suggested this as the optimal area to attack from, I don't know. That doesn't make any sense. Okay, I'm reasonably confident here. Yeah, he can probably go take out both these guys with a little effort. They're gonna go ahead and camp. That one guy... Oh, crap. Never mind, go back. Wait, that guy's leaderless too. Okay, never mind. You go take out these two. What is this guy's situation? Can I select him even? His name is friggin' Bad Guy. Wow. Oh, it's Phil Badman, the good guy. Yeah, whatever. They have one Hawkman and... yeah, they just have 2 bird people left. I think Troy can handle that. For now, he's gonna do a little bit of camping, though. Now tell us, did they take that town on the left? Did we just never take it in the first place? You belong to the thingy, please. Yeah, we're helping the dude. The leader of Gunther. Arrested for contacting the Revolutionary Army. Yep. Well, we're actually here to save him. I don't know what Amanda's talking about. It's like, oh yeah, no, that's totally why we're here. That's his daughter, dude. I'm pretty sure it is, anyway. But why? Because that's her dad. And I think she might be a healer. Which would be pretty handy to have. In which case, I might be able to... Is she a member of my army now? Whoa, you're in the army. No. Right. 1 unit. Yes. Go back here. Let's go ahead and... put Luke here. And they're actually gonna stop being a large unit in a minute here. Let's go ahead and save that crap real quick and transform that guy into a fairy and see what results out of that. Let's open that up. Edit unit. Where is he? You, my good man, are actually going to turn into a Gremlin. Yep. So yeah, for the purposes of this run, Gremlins are allowed. There we go. Let's go ahead and save that, load it up. Save it successfully. I explained this earlier, but basically what I'm doing in the background here. Go ahead and remove that weird glitchy blob thing. Alright, now go ahead and add them. Don't worry, that weird glitchy blob situation will actually wear off later. Oh crap, I forgot to unclass them as a large unit. Hold on. You are a male unit instead of a large unit. Apologize. There we go. Sorry about that noise. Wait, did I seriously just forget to save that? Brilliant. Okay. Now if I load it up, they should be fine. And remove character. Remove glitch blob. Go ahead and exit the screen, then I'll go back to it, and we should be perfectly fine. I'd be seriously pissed if I broke the save file right there, but it doesn't seem like that's how that works. Alright, now we go ahead and add character. Yep. Get you a Gremlin in here. That way you can hack things from far away. Yep. And now she's good to go. Like, oh, you joined us 5 seconds ago? Here you go, have like 9 guys plus a Gremlin under your command. We trust you that much immediately. Nobody trusted us going into this, but we trust you just fine. Go ahead and do with their lives as you will. In fact, I'm probably going to have her go and try to liberate her dad herself. Because that feels like that'd be an awesome moment. They're like, hey, check it out, these guys just gave me an army because I said I knew you. I guess less an army, more of a squad, but whatever. Details, details. Although, how jacked up would it be if she got killed right now? Like, oh yeah, we got your daughter to agree to come help us. Like, oh great, where is she? Under that pile of rocks over there. I'm sorry. That didn't exactly go great. Okay, Leah lost sight of her target. What the hell? What's going on with you exactly? Steve, you continue going that way, but you're going to continue marching on forward. We're going to take this mountain. I feel like maybe the most ideal thing would be for you to just camp right now. Where exactly they're going is anyone's guess. Like, really no need to have Barbara there. Let's move you up here. What the hell was Leah chasing? Yeah. Golems versus fairies is always a funny matchup, just because of how often they miss. Although in this case it's hilarious because they're this like giant friggin' thing of muscles and stone is punching this little tiny fairy thing and doing no damage. I think I might have been misled over how much they scale up here. Their attack isn't scaling at all, but their defense and evasion is just... oof. It's really working some wonders here. Steve, you go this way. I need you to do some eliminations. Mr. Butts. You are going to go here and attack their camp. Let's have Barbara here. You go forward and attack this one. You attack this one, though you're probably going to end up needing to camp, and you are going to go defend this town. Even though I'm pretty sure they all have lost their leaders at this point, so that's probably not something we'll worry about. But I suppose we'll find out. I'm kinda keeping her here just out of paranoia. Though, at this point, I don't think there's anyone even out here. So whatever. Head back in. That guy still does have a unit, it would seem. Or still does have a leader, I should say. That unit has a leader. The unit has a guy. Maybe that's what I should have gone with. But I didn't. Never let it be said that I was a smart guy. But hey, we're just getting completely owned in every single fight. But they can still hold up for a little bit more punishment, I think. Whatever. We'll have them join in later. Like, even a worst case scenario, they can all at least do some damage. And honestly, right now, I'm a little bit surprised. Even when characters are obviously over-leveled and everything else, they're still running into limitations. So definitely a better balance than I would have expected, given March of the Black Queen. Okay. Rick, what is the status of your squads right now? Tell me. Perfectly fine, except for Wizard Wallace. It would be a shame if he became a zombie, though I, again, still don't know if fairies can do that. Go that way. Mr. Butts, please go deal with this guy. Thank you. Steve, eliminate. Thank you. Troy, tell me what they have in this town. Okay. I wonder what happens if I bring her over here. I'm tempted to find out. Okay, we're gonna clear out this entire area, and then, yeah, she's gonna move into there. I feel like with most characters that end up getting recruited in these games, she's probably gonna be really good. I have to say, we're starting to run into a bit of a problem in terms of getting more units, so hopefully we get more recruits soon. probably would have done a whole lot better if Dio's squad hadn't gotten wiped out like they did. But they did probably make the early game a whole lot easier. I mean, at least Troy is still training up some new rookies. Should be semi-reliable as far as that goes. Holy crap, 66? It's a new high. Come on, butts. You got this. Gotta nip this in the butts. Being super weak to magical type stuff, it's kind of amazing that they keep resisting that. I guess resist is kind of a second role as opposed to resistance. Which is weird, because they're so similar. Go this way. I want you to get to that town eventually. Barbara, you please move forward. I think your name's Nancy. Yeah, you please move forward as well. Take this mountain for us. At least you go watch this mountain range. Mr. Butts, please go deal with this. Oh, you Chuckles are still around? Well, they were eliminated a long friggin' time ago. Oh well. Let's go ahead and park you somewhere. For example, back in town. You keep getting rocked every single fight you get into. Once again, much the Black Queen flashbacks on that one. Although in this case, you don't automatically revive, so I can't exactly use that as a good plan. So you're Steve the Traitor? Dang straight. As he says with his bare hands, that looks like a mace. Just saying. Fight it out. 15. Wow. So this is friggin' adorable. Nice no damage you got here. Yeah, I was told that there was some very difficult boss fight coming up. I don't think this is the one. That's friggin' hilarious. Okay, I am gonna have Steve take out that group, though. They're gonna go ahead and camp real quick. I'm gonna give everyone else a chance to go get some experience. And then they're gonna go finish them off. Because that mess is funny. Alrighty then. Why on earth is this group so dang resilient? Actually, all their squads are just lasting a pretty long time at this point. Though it's mostly because this thing's a friggin' golem, and it just doesn't want to die. Not super threatening, but it doesn't exactly want to go down at any point. There we go. Perfectly fine, and yes, his team is still pretty OP at this point. They just go ahead and hang out there. Everybody else, can you please kindly just finish this group off? I mean, they're completely surrounded in the mountains. Surely you can pull this off. Okay, great. You go there, you go there. I know, you're all tired and crap. But it really would be nice to not have these annoying Beastmaster squads still around everywhere. They're like tank flies! Alright, you break camp. No, so move into the middle. Kind of a weird situation that they haven't decided to move into their little stronghold area there. Really would have expected them to do that by now. They're all just hanging out leaderless on the mountain. wonder if their AI changes at some point. Because the whole leaderless abuse thing seems, well, as it sounds, very abusable. At this point, it's seeming relatively simple to actually go in and just decapitate them and beat them down from there. I mean, you'd think they'd be capable of some amount of thought. Maybe just getting up and moving somewhere. Ah, these poor dragons. They ran right into this guy. And Mr. Troy is all about poking things. Crazy spear made of earth and rocks and everything else does as much damage as these little grunts. You'd think he'd be kind of disappointed by that. Such is life. Such is life. Tell me. I want to say it's Barbara that's this one, yes. Yes, it is. Right, you march forward. Steve, why don't you go hang out 5 feet away from the leader? Go ahead and focus on location. There we go. That way you can just march in and finish this off when we're done. Alright, Katrina. Tell you what. What's it look like if you go talk to the guy that was talking about you earlier? Is he gonna try to join? Is he gonna try to hit on you? It's technically a JRPG, so he's probably gonna hit on you. Because apparently nobody can ever possibly keep it in their pants as soon as they see somebody mildly attractive. It's funny because it's tropes. Let's move you forward, let's get Leah moving forward. Still a little bit disappointed by how much Rick is getting his absolute donkey pushed in. Everywhere he freaking goes, but such is life. Some of these guys are probably going to camp, but again, I just want these 2 squads done and over with. Finish them! Must be really annoying on their side. They're like, oh man, these guys are like 5 feet away from camp. They'd be able to actually get their health back. Nope, nope, can't do it. Not allowed. Can't go in there. Troy, I need you to go shank these sleeping folks. Thanks. Very much. Really, those other squads can finish the one thing sitting in front of them. I think it's like a couple gremlins or some crap left. Yeah, a couple gremlins and a hellhound. These guys are practically the A-team. Come on. Come on. Oh, that's just dire. Second best team can't actually beat a couple gremlins. You know what? Maybe I was lied to this whole time. Maybe that was the joke that fairies and gremlins are seriously the most OP units in this game. Because while they may not have anything going on for them offensively, defensively they are pretty surprising so far. Oh wow. Wow. This is some filth right here, what the hell? Alright. We are gonna need to spend some monies on that. 2 friggin' gremlins, are you serious? I mean, that hellhound's doing the majority of the damage for them. God dang. Surely, Leah, surely you can actually manage to pull this off. Go, one's down, one's asleep. Man. Hellhounds are really good in this. What the hell happened? No pun intended. They completely suck in all the other games. What is going on here? Wait, come to think of it, why the hell are there no hellhounds in Night of Lotus? Or not Night of Lotus, there are hellhounds in that one. And, I think only the PSP remake of Let Us Clan Together. I want to say the original had hellhounds. Am I just completely forgetting them or something? Oh my god! This is taking such a long time. Just finish them already. I feel like they could have done with a feature here where it's like if somebody's below a certain amount, they just keep on going. It's actually reminding me a little bit of Civ Revolutions in that way. So if you've never played that one, it's kind of like, well, it's kind of like if Civ tried to take on this kind of formula. But essentially what ends up happening is for each different type of unit, they have what is basically like 1 to 3 units that they end up getting out of it. So like say you have some infantry, both just a single infantry unit and an army will still have just 3. So whenever they're rolling into a fight, they would have a number assigned to them. Like let's say, defensively they're 11 or offensively they're 4, and then they would roll that number against whatever other number. And then, just like let's say it was, the attacker has 10, the defender has 5, then it would be 2 to 1 odds, and they would just roll back and forth, and, sometimes that the unit with only 1 guy would end up winning. Sometimes the ones with 3 would end up losing everybody except for 1, even though the odds were like friggin' 1 to 10 or something. And it was kind of an annoying system. My point is probably taking a nap somewhere between all those things. But, anyway. Yeah, Civ Revolutions would recommend the original, would definitely not recommend Revolutions 2. Because that mess kind of sucked. Alright. What does he say? Nice seeing you, here to save the dude. Keep yourself safe, he says to the healer. She's perfectly fine. You not seen how good healers are in this? Oh crap. Alrighty. Tell you what, Katrina. You give it a try. Since nobody else can seem to finish off these friggin' squads. Like, I know they're tired, I know they've been through a crapload of stuff, but really, really now, what does it take to finish off the 2 friggin' squads here? Why is this suddenly so much more difficult than everything else? Especially this Gremlin. They're gonna end up taking a loss, aren't they? Yeah, there must be some massive level difference between these two. Heck, whatever, they tried. So Barbara, whoever that is, probably retiring for the rest of the fight. Enough. Like, I'm seriously almost about ready to say screw it, because this is just ridiculous. I'm sure they have weaknesses, and I'm pretty sure Rick is that weakness. But still. This is taking such a long time to finish this a-hole. It's a frickin' Gremlin! Crap. Right, come on, Rick. Please don't just suddenly get completely train wrecked by this guy. Okay. We're doing damage. Good. They took out the stupid Gremlin. Perfect, perfect, perfect. So yeah. Rick needs to finish them off. Rick was the secret! Yeah, now he's gonna take a nap. But, you know what? You actually just go right there. That'll be perfectly fine. Troy, can you please explain to me why exactly you're not chasing this guy? I thought I specifically said go after him. There we go. Go after him, good sir. Thank you very much. Katrina over here, sounding like she came out of Armored Core or something. Oh yes, they're not attacking, they're preparing for quit. Okay. Mr. Rick. Please finish the jube. Thank you. Ow. Yeah, go figure. I told Butts to back off, but this guy, he needed to see the Butts one more time. Perfect. And he got some levels, so good. Now Troy can finish that guy down there, he can finish the leader, and we're all good to go. I don't know if there's any Chaos Frame situation for literally going around and eliminating every single unit. I feel like there definitely would be. But again, I'm not necessarily expecting to be able to get all the best endings or whatever the hell else. Right now, the only goal is to just make it to the end. As I mentioned before. So until we get to a point where, you know, maybe there's some option for getting the best ending or something like that, I really wouldn't expect it to happen. I mean, like, in March the Black Queen, we got the literal, apparently, worst ending that you could possibly get at all. So there's that. As in, it was the everything has gone horribly, why on earth did we ever trust this person kind of ending. Because, well, we just went ahead and assumed that maybe Steve went back in time and just kind of fiddled around with the past to see what would happen. Wasn't quite happy with the result, so he decided to go, you know, maybe putz around in this one instead. But then again, Rick's defection still stuck. Maybe part of the timeline was altered. Somehow he managed to get a good ending out of it. Who knows? Who knows? Maybe just, like, nothing changed. It's just Rick was there and felt like defecting. That's the only time difference. Right. There you go, deal with this guy, and we're done here. Done here. Lost sight of your target because they are dead. Wait, no. No, you camp real quick. They're still there. How are they still there? Or is that our guy? No, that's our guy. Okay, I'm looking at the red tent flap. I'm thinking that's... okay. Derp-a-derp-a-derp. Alright, go ahead and win this fight then. So we are friggin' done here! I accept your challenge, he says, jumping off a mountain straight onto his face. Oh, we might get a really sweet mace out of this. Do I have anyone that even uses a mace? I don't think so. I assume it probably counts as an axe, maybe a hammer. It always counts as a hammer in the other games. I mean, it kind of looks like the flame flail, which is weird because it doesn't flail, it's more of a mace, but... details, details. Love Steve's logic here. He's like, yes, we're winning the fight, but we didn't quite finish them off. We're going to go ahead and retreat for several hours and then go back. We've encountered a wild golem. I think you mean a wild gremlin. Okay, go ahead and join us, please. Sweet. I have no idea if reducing their health actually causes them to be more likely to join. We haven't really had any issues convincing golems to join for some reason. There we go. Keep this up, we might be able to get that Pendra thing going. The problem is, if this keeps up as it does, unless Steve starts doing insane amounts of damage, technically speaking, they're not doing any physical damage, which seems to be what charges that thing up. Which means that he may not ever be able to use it. Because if this is the squad that he's using, and that's what I intend to keep him using, since I can't use more than one person character per squad. I don't know. Hopefully we'll find a way around that later. But alright, while it keeps charging these guys over and over and over, I'm gonna go double check on something real well, not double check on something. I need to go grab a power cord for this monitor real quick. Be right back. Alright, all well and back. Wasn't a very long trip at all. And he went ahead and took a nap. What a shame. Break camp, okay. This baton thing, yeah, definitely seems to be living up to its name. It's supposed to make them less tired and everything. Yeah, he's just marching back and forth without it, no real issues. What a good guy. Yeah, they've got full access to the leader at this point. Should only be one more round, and we should be done here. Actually, that's going to be the case. I wonder if maybe we can go send his daughter in. Let's go ahead and give that a try. So while they're on the way back, let's have you go ahead and cross these mountains and go try to save yo daddy. You're probably going to get tired before getting there. Tell you what, Amanda, you want to go ahead and give that a try? Maybe Rick wants to give it a try too. Maybe Leah. Alright. And actually have somebody else getting some experience. Thrust, thrust, thrust. Lots and lots of thrusting. Thrusting fun for everyone. I keep looking at this formation and thinking, you know, maybe it makes sense to have those two guys on the left, like the two soldier squads, have them up in front so they attack a little better. I don't know. I don't know for sure. Oh, hello there, tiny cat. Good morning. It's an adorable little tiny cat. There you go ahead and attack their leader. And they finish this. That's a definite maybe. Yeah, there we go. Beat it. Perfect. Yes, you did lose. How could they kill you? Well, you didn't have any healers at all. Alrighty then. Alright, what'd we get out of that? Hey, it was a flame flail. We got a good bit of money, got a good bit of extra units. It's surprising how many people are willing to defect. But I think we just got a berserker type dude. Another crazy Wagner-looking Viking. So I'm assuming he probably doesn't join you if you don't save this kid? Good. Doesn't have his helmet in his portrait. Why did you risk your life? Well, we need more people that can possibly lead a party, so get in line. So if you offered some services, hell yeah. Friggin' get in here, dude. Need as many muscular people as we can get. What do we got over here? Dardanelles, the crossroads. Fair enough. Now, can this guy lead a squad is the question. Form unit. Yes. Fantastic. Okay. So that, and obviously the flame flail was meant for him. Go ahead and stick one of you back here. You are going to be another one of them units. Reserves, you go here, you go here. Get registered. I'm gonna go ahead and do that whole save editing thing to make that thing into a gremlin. Go file. Gee, let me not even risk it. Let me exit out of this thing. Reopen the save state in this manner. Turn that dude into a fairy. Or a gremlin, rather. So yeah, we got plenty of fairies lying around. It's gremlins that we have less of. There we go. And we need to give them a proper gremlin name. Go save that. Oh, by the way, interesting thing that I found out about those extra type items that I was wondering about last time, where we had some items that there were just excessive amounts of. Turns out that is a normal glitch that even happens in the regular version. Kind of an odd thing, but apparently you can sometimes just get way too many of a particular item. Okay, let's go you. Perfect. Yeah, it apparently causes your game to bug out though if you do that a little bit too much. As far as the specifics of that, I'm not terribly sure. Well, that's a definite upgrade for you. No upgrades there, and no accessories for you. Gotta say the armor, or rather the equipment system in this is a little bit confusing. Just in terms of what exactly can work for who and when. But oh well, you know. It could be better, is what I'm trying to get at. Now, who can we afford to train? Got a little bit of money. Investigating Gunter Piedmont, which I think it's supposed to be like in the lands that he runs or whatever. Right. So we're gonna get everybody with downed units over to be revived. And then we're basically just gonna go on a little bit of a selling spree and see if we can't potentially, you know, maybe get a little bit more training in for some of these suckier units. Because I think we might blow through all our cash making this happen. I mean, god dang, we took a lot of casualties that time. But, time to fix that all up. Alright. Let's get you all witched any first of all. Kind of expecting around 400 for each one of these. Right, 320 to get Wizard Wallace back. Fair enough. Friggin' healing magic borscht. And then they come back to life. With like 5 health. I mean, I guess they're at least back to life. So yeah, I ran into a stupid situation last time where I ended up taking a couple losses twice. Just because I didn't realize that they came back at half health. Or not even half health, they just came in at like 5 or something like that. Didn't realize they needed a long time to recover. It makes sense that they would have needed a long time to recover, you know, considering the whole they just died thing. But still. You? Yes, please. There we go. But yeah, good, definitely a good call from Hugo on that one. We got 2 new squads out of that. Alright, got your Gremlin back. Perfect. And yeah, we're gonna be on a pretty freaking tight budget after this. No skip cutscene. I know, everyone's fine. The other units weren't important enough to bring back to life. Those were all the generic soldier grunts and everything. So Nancy, you're done. And that just leaves Barbara. Go ahead and revive your dudes, and then we should be fine. Let's get Crossback back in here, no pun intended. They don't really make this process terribly fast, do they? On the plus side, they are still bringing somebody back to life, so there's that. Okay. Go back, now we do a little bit of organizing, because we need to get some of them soldiers. Ooh, right. How do I get Dio back? Right. So, is he, like, dead now? Like, I know I can... Dang it, I know I can get those items, but I don't know... Probably if I have to assign them to a group. So expand that. Add him to Nancy's. Alright. Now, we'll go back and do that again. Technically speaking, like, I know I've been completely crapping on Dio this entire time, but he did go and redeem himself, so... That's the thing, you know, we can't let him just redeem himself and get completely punished for it, so... Here is Nancy, okay. Nancy, go ahead and fix that guy. Get him back to life. At least this one's conveniently right next to the starting area. We don't have to go all the way across the dang map to get somebody back. Alright, Nancy, let's watch this cutscene one more time. Apparently we never get tired of it. Please don't have a unique character cost. You know, with the ability to do this kind of stuff, it makes you kind of wonder what they end up doing, like, to actually prevent this from happening. Do they actually have to go and decapitate everybody or something? Okay. So he's back. We'll give him another team of soldiers, and we'll go from there. Now, how many grunts do we have left? 30 or 29. Okay. We might be getting a little bit low on the old disposable grunts. That's fine. Find a way. Now, let's go ahead and remove Dio. Every time I hear Dio, I'm just hearing last in line stuck in my head. Okay. Yep. Who else needs grunts? No, you need grunts. So we stick them right here. Oh, so you're good. You just need a replenishment. Yeah, I think everyone's good on grunts. But what I do need is for this squad to change their formation a little bit. Hopefully that's better. Suppose we'll find out. And then lastly, who had the 2? Yeah. Alright, you go ahead and replace your units. There we go. So how many are we down to now? Friggin' 21 reserves. Actually, not for long, because we have to go make a squad for Dio, too. He's gonna get 2 slashes wherever, so we're gonna put him right there, I think. Yeah, I shouldn't have had him in the front before. Leading from the back seems a little better for him. They're all registered. Now let's go see about getting some training done. So we're gonna need Amanda and Dio more than anyone else. And conveniently, that's, I think, all we really have money for. Ooh, and we even got a new guy to fight. I guess these hoplite squads are gonna become a pretty regular thing. God, that looks so wrong, though. You just see all these dancing people with thrust popping up over and over and over. Thing is, they're really messing up their formation. They have the phalanx guy in front, and then they have the 3 spear guys in a line behind them. In theory, they should all attack as one time, and if he gets knocked back, it wouldn't mess them up. Because that's what happened there. He got knocked back, and suddenly he's poking once instead of twice. I'm not sure if I got that right, but I'm pretty sure I do. Excellent. So I got some training, and I think it was Amanda that needed extra training. So we'll do some of that. Or no, wait, she's actually just fine. It's friggin' Nancy that needs the help. Yeah, they should be able to overpower this team. I was just watching the first round here. And yeah, Amanda should be able to heal up anything that they run into. This is just a surprisingly effective team for how simple it is. Like, the fairy is weirdly okay for doing damage considering that they're kind of garbage. The spear guys are doing pretty alright, especially considering that they aren't getting their attack power reduced like they normally would, on account of usually getting repeatedly healed. It does seem like a counter screws them up, or a crit screws them up pretty darn well. And then yeah, Gremlin guys usually doing a pretty good job of damage mitigation. It's alright. You guys are alright. I guess technically the little spear guys can't actually get experience here. Alright, come on. Finish her off. Anytime now. Sometime by next week. 60-90 XP. Har har. Okay, so if we go over here, do we have enough money to maybe sell some stuff? Oh, we don't need money to sell some stuff, you know what I mean. Sell some stuff to make some stuff happen. Sell one of those, sell 2 of those. Somehow we have 4 out of 4 Baldur swords despite not having 4 sword users. Whatever. Get rid of the doll. Spear's really good though. Got 1 extra large shield. I'm gonna keep that in case I can make another one of those. Feels like we've gotten more witch dresses than that, but whatever. So yeah, this is the bug where you basically... I have an infinite amount of these for whatever reason. But anyway, apparently that's something you could accomplish in the base game as well. It's not something to do with the save editor, so I was glad to find out about that at least. One more of these? No. Alright, let's see who we can afford to put into training now. Just one of the lobies at least. Nancy is 200. Who's the lowest here? The lowest is 200. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and sell one of those quick gates then. Or no, let's see what other equipment I can possibly sell. Probably sell the other one of these hats? Yeah, that'll do it. It's just I don't really plan to do a whole lot of class switching, just because as soon as I have somebody that's a leader and at least somewhat competent, might as well go forward with that. Let's get Nancy in here to hopefully get a little bit of experience. Oh, crap. Please tell me that's not the friggin' Super Dragon for this one. I don't think they are, anyway. Okay, no it isn't. Okay. I thought it was going to be the boss dragon like it was last time. Then it's just some rando chuckle bucket with a random dragon. Or no, he does have an AoE move. Well, that'd be handy if that was the case. Or if he just suddenly became way weaker than the other one. They didn't... Okay. I was gonna say they didn't back off. Maybe it was a unique boss fight, but no. And away we go. To Dardanelles. The infernal aura. Man, did somebody go to Taco Bell and stink up the bathroom? Is that what's going on here? Never, ever, ever stay in the room under those circumstances. Southern region, Aka Castle. He's probably all pissed. Huh, that looks like the guy from Castle Storm, or whatever it's called. Also, gee, I wonder if he's a bad guy. Dude, yeah, he's probably here to take care of some murder business. Oh yeah, stuff's in bad shape. I mean, you kinda did completely blunder that, but whatever. There's never... Okay, so apparently Lotus even has a triumvirate, so go figure. Yeah, buddy, you're screwed. The hell? Nothing. Okay, is it... I know that they have the Zodiac Stones in March of the Black Queen, but I wonder if... Is that seriously in this, too? Is that seriously what that is? That'd be kind of nuts if it was, and I really hope it is now. Because then hopefully I finally have something to point to people when, whenever the... like, okay. There's been a few times now where I've pointed out the whole fact that, you know, like, FFT is like a collection of so much stuff from Tactics Ogre, because it was supposed to be one of the sequels, so we, you know, inevitably stuff was kind of cobbled together, but, I don't know, people seem to take that as a, like, oh, how dare you bash that game? Like, no, it's a good game. I'm just saying, like, that's why the writing seems better than it probably should be for a one-off project, because it totally wasn't a one-off project. Anyway. Destin Froda. Okay. I think you should just call yourself Protag Face. Whatever. Wait, apologize for the other day? Oh yeah, right, because we told him off. That understanding the intentions, well, yeah. Though, to be fair, you know, opposing sides. That seems kind of douchey when you put it that way, but whatever. Whatever. Visitors want to come here. Currently, reinforcements from there heading to that castle. We're to liberate the area. Okay, sweet. So we get to take the castle. Sweet. It's funny how every single place has the exact same room. The exact same walls and the exact same decoration out in the corner there. It's another map with bridges! Okay. Mellow will be our headquarters. Fine. Magnus, day and a half to the east. Have we done this map before? I don't think so. Okay, liberate the fort. Okay, they said to send reinforcements here, but they didn't say where. Yeah, thinking send tanks out to the east. Send the faster units up north. And then probably just go, yeah, east, north, north. Take that other one, maybe we take that route through the bottom. And then circle around from both sides to take that town next to the fort. Seems like a good way to do it. And then, as per usual, we'll leave the neutral town alone, which apparently is a mechanic. Apparently that is an actual mechanic, to leave neutrals alone. The pollution scenes expelled, depends on the outcome of this operation. Well, gee, no pressure, buddy. No pressure. Also, I love how they have palette swaps of the same old man. Okay, they have somebody attacking from the south already. Interesting. I don't like that we're broke, but we'll deal. First things first, we need to go deploy some dudes. Right, Dio. You know what? Hang on. Does this guy have golems? He's got a dragon. Okay, 2 doll masters and a dragon. Okay. That feels like... what level? 11? Okay, we're gonna have Dio do some other stuff later. This is not the menu I wanted to be on, dang it. Leave that menu. Should probably equip everybody, shouldn't I? No. I don't know. We'll save those items for later. Okay, let's test you out first of all. I feel like you're gonna be a bit of a beast lord here, so he's gonna go out. Dio's gonna stay on defense. God dang it, why do I keep selecting this menu? Leave that menu. Leave it. Yep. Okay, Butts and what's his face? Friggin' Troy are gonna go take that town. Now, for the sake of safety, we're gonna send in Leah as well. Alright, send you here. I kinda feel like that Dollmaster to the bottom feels like a noob trap. Why in the crap do I keep going back to the screen? I think the fact that it's, the whole 3 AM thing is finally starting to kick in. Alright. Let's go send everybody else in a giant mob up this way. Okay. Send Butts out. No, wait. Butts is already out here. Let's have you attack here. Alright, Katrina. You're gonna go fight alongside your dad, I think. Let's see, Barbara... no, that's not the one I want. Nancy, there we go. Just in case they need a magic element, you're gonna go out this way too. Barbara, you're gonna stick around on defense as well. Just to buy a little bit more time. Not dispatch more units. Well, boo. Steve. Steve is gonna go take this. I might be saying, why am I sending Steve out on his own? Well, that basically breaks up everybody else. Because they're basically sending out grunts to go deal with anybody that they can. They hopefully will leave one place relatively undefended. See how it goes. Right, they're not getting lucky on their Abyss procs. So unfortunately lost that one. Called the Iron Hammer for a reason. It's actually made of lava, but whatever. Okay, yeah, he's a pretty good heavy hitter. There we go. They're getting lucky on their procs, though. Is that random? Oh, wait a minute. Are they... I think that's supposed to be a trap that you end up knocking them backwards into that other town. Yeah, that definitely feels like it. Okay, you know what? You prevent them from going there. You can't let them take that neutral town. Katrina, you go this way. Come on, catch up with him, please. I don't know if he'll be able to. Yeah, that's a trap, and I fell for it. Boo. Whoa, what? Uh-oh. The hell? Fucking ogres or some crap? What is that? The hell is that, for real? No. No, it isn't. You just saw them get friggin' owned by that. Yeah, no, they are ogres. What the hell? That... Oh no, that totally is what that is! Dude! Okay, yeah, so that totally is the whole Zodiac thing then. Oh man. Alright, good, good. I hope they officially confirm it then. I got 2 level ups, and yeah, they thought they could take on Butts. They can't do that. Butts is too good. Oh, how solid Butts is. Always gotta appreciate a solid Butts. Yeah, that's really cool though. I gotta appreciate that. Funny part is, I can't help but notice that they had that encounter. They were clearly in a town, but they were nowhere near a town. Right, yeah, okay, so they took a neutral town. If we liberate said neutral town, does that count as us taking a neutral town, I wonder? Because specifically what I was told is that liberations and occupations count as completely different things. So we'll see. Right, Rick is still able to hold his own. Kind of. Alright. But yeah, I'm pretty excited about that stone thing. I just want to move forward with the plot now to see if that's actually what that is. Man, that's gonna be such a major I told you so. I'm gonna have to go find all of those friggin' things and just send them a friggin' link to this if that's what that is. Like, here it is. Stop telling me it's not related to FFT. Like, here's the exact same friggin' plot items doing the exact same friggin' thing. And a bunch of characters that are also very, very similar, in a setting that is very, very similar. Okay, I should probably explain what's going on with that one. So, there were several times when I had put out the little video a while ago. I don't think I uploaded it to this one. But I put out a thing that was basically like an overview of like the Tactics Ogre and Ogre Battle and all that. And it's kind of a general history and like the kinds of stuff that they did and what inspired what kind of situation, because I always find that stuff really interesting. So, anyway, so basically there was a section in there in which I was covering, like, okay, this is when they were kind of between series and kind of at the point where they saw the original SNES version of Lucht, and they're like, okay, we want this to actually make some money, so how about you take this, scale it down a bit, and slap a Final Fantasy logo on there, and we're basically good to go, and we can just go friggin' print some money. And so they did that, except, as I understand it, according to some of the interviews, they took the stuff that was supposed to be for Episode 8 and just used it for that one. Because originally, apparently, Episode 8 was supposed to be like all the stones and stuff get found, and everybody starts using them for different stuff, and it actually... you know how in every one of these games that somebody ends up trying to open up a gate at some point? That somebody basically goes and opens up all of them, more or less, and actually succeeds in doing so without letting the entire world know for once. Because apparently they really have to show off every time they do it. Like, oh, gotta cause an entire war, gotta cause all this other stuff to happen, and then, oh wait, somebody actually came to stop me because I made a huge deal of it. Okay. So, point being... Oh wow, they have those guys too. Got those guys everywhere. Yeah, you know what? You guys need to back off. Dang. That is definitely not great. Alright, that actually leaves some unfortunate gaps. Alright, you know what? You go defend the stronghold for now. I might have Troy go back and assist with defense. Yeah, you're gonna go give him some backup. Right, are you the only one here? No, Amanda's here. You go attack them, see if you can maybe get some stuff out of that. Steve is still continuing to just presumably pile drive all competition into the ground. Alright. But yeah, so anyway, so I kept, so I put this thing out there, and there were several conversations back and forth from different places that got really, really mad about the FFT part. Because, you know, I was going through and like, okay, so here's the ideas they had for the series, they never finished the series, FFT comes out at the same part with all the, like, a bunch of plot points that are really similar, and stuff that you would have expected from the last one, hopefully, except really scaled down to some degree. So, generally folks kind of saw that as like, oh yeah, you're calling it scaled down and calling it wrong and calling it worse. Like, no. I'm just saying that's kind of the natural evolution that stuff takes sometimes, let's be honest. Like, what was described for Episode 8? Like, where they basically bring in all of the characters for all the rest of the series for one big, just huge thing? It was never going to happen. The series never got big enough that it actually would have justified such a huge-scale project. Well, I mean, funny part is, it probably would have had would have taken less budget than the actual PSP remake did, but that's probably the most money the series ever made, so there's also that, which unfortunately probably also looks to the corporate sorts that ended up seeing it as, well, you know, clearly that was the best part. We made this one completely perfect. It's like, no, that's the shiniest one. It wasn't necessarily the best one. I mean, granted, with the One Vision one and all that kind of thing, it's definitely the best of the genre in my personal opinion. But again, it requires a mod, so look at that how you will. The original definitely wasn't balanced right. And yes, I do want that game a fair bit, because quite frankly, the original's balance was really dumb. It was all kinds of extreme dumb, to be frank. Like, I will never stop pointing out the fact that they have spears that do nothing. You have to go through so much effort to get all these fancy spears, and they are worse than literally, like, mid-game daggers. For no reason. There's just no reason for friggin' hating on spears that much. Oh well. I mean, I've seen, like, justifications for it from, like, anything ranging from, oh, you know, they've got 1 extra tile of range, to they've got 2 extra tiles of range, to, like, oh, they've got some classes that are unique to using them. It's like, for Dragoons, they're better off using crossbows. For Rune Fencers, they're better off going sword and board. There's no real reason for it. Oh, hang on just a sec. I got to go double check on a situation real quick. Quick pause, quick pause. Hello again. Oh, well and back at this point. Alright. Anyway, so, to get back to what I was talking about, see, the thing that I always really loved about like, both OB and TO, just in general, is just the way that they handle generics through the whole thing. Like, all the stories and everything else were always like, here's just a bunch of random nobodies dealing with situations well beyond anything that they should even be able to friggin' comprehend. It's like, oh, you know, here's just a bunch of like, basic grunts or whatever, and you're going and fighting friggin' super beasts from other dimensions and crap like that. And yeah, I think that, I don't know, I think that's probably the one thing about that, the PSP remake that bugged me the most, because it still, like, wrote itself in the same way, but your actual basic grunts and all that were almost never up to the task by the time you got that far. It's like, to the point where even when you started giving them, you know, upgraded items and everything else, they didn't really hold up anymore. They expected you to go and do all this extra grinding for them and everything. And, ow! Oh god, Tiny Cat, you are such a dick! Ow! Freaking Tiny Cat just jumped up and shanked me in the balls. Never let a kitten run around with sharp claws. God dang. You're such a douche. It's not even the first time today. Alright. Alright. Back to it then, back to it. It's like, mans, use item. Don't get friggin' ruined by a tiny cat. Looks like we got 2 that need healing, but specifically you. Ow. Alright, hopefully that should be enough for one more fight. Unit in the back's decapitated. Steve seems to be doing a very solid job of decapitating units. The nice thing is, because they have at least one heavy hitter here, that if they're going for attack leader or attack weakest, they're just doing a very fantastic job of keeping things together. Oh crap, Pumpkin Smash really hurts. They survive. Okay, that's fine. Okay, so they chased him off. I was gonna have them retreat to save the Gremlin. I think that's our party in the back there. Okay, yeah, you're gonna need to use that item. In fact, we're definitely gonna have to restock after all's said and done here. No, no, large cat, you stay there. You've got twice as many claws. You just do your thing. You stay down there. Okay, Steve, is there a shop here? One here, can you tell us what's going on? Seeing last night, but it wasn't a dream. Saw monsters. Yeah. We've been shanking them dudes. And they've been shanking our dudes. There's a lot of shanking going on in all directions here. Okay. Alright, come on, Barbara. You've never needed to be more competent than now. Oh, god dang, dude. Okay, well, they're doing something at least. Right. Right, hopefully, Aznabel is able to knock them away. Otherwise, as far as use item goes, no use items are in your inventory. What's the Stronghold have? Yeah, I mean, I guess we're gonna try. I don't know why their reinforcements are frickin' demons, but whatever. I mean, have a vague idea as to why. Oh dang it, hang on. One more moment here. Alright, and back we come. Dio's all excited that it's his turn, and he's probably just about to get raffle stomped again. Like, they've got... Funnily enough, they can actually do a fair whack of damage. You know what? Let's go for the leader. What am I doing here? Why am I not trying to just take out the leader? I'll just beat that one guy. That's all you need. Right, Mr. Iron Hammer, though, he might be able to do it. Oh, you know what? We've also got Leah, too. Next to the organized screen. Can I somehow store somebody away somewhere? That's the question. Go for leader. Yes, good. Leader's dead. So they should back off at this point. He's down too. The guy's asleep, but... Yeah, they lost, but they're leaderless. Okay, can I pause to... Dang it. I was trying to pause it to see about getting Lee out there to protect the HQ. Because I don't exactly know how that happens. Like, I really don't know if losing the HQ counts as a game over. It didn't count that way in March of the Black Queen. Which, if that's the case, I probably wouldn't count it as... You know, I wouldn't count it as the end of the run there, because that's kind of BS, but... Either way, let's see. Yeah, they're still trying to take the HQ. Okay, stop giving me messages! Let me pause! God dang it! I wasn't trying to unpause it. There's another leaderless unit. And another win. Fantastic. Now, can I disband one of these? Like, is that a thing I can do? How do I disband units? For that matter, why is it that this is the one instance where they're still trying to go for that town? It's another confusing thing. Alright, so what happens here? Is he just running? Yeah, I think he's just running. Because it looks like he ran straight past the stronghold here. Perfect. So we did just enough to pull that off. I'm gonna have to remember to ask on the Discord if that's actually how that works. Whether it's actually a game over if we end up losing the stronghold. Man, his team is just friggin' strong at this point. Perfect, perfect. Keep doing it. Come on, you can win it. Beat this dragon eventually. Thrust, 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 thrust. Sometimes gotta do a team thrust. Perfect. Perfect. Can't help but notice cleric squads are pretty darn strong early on, but probably gonna become a little bit worthless later. I think after this fight, I'm actually gonna completely resort all my units. Again, Aznabel here doesn't seem to know what to do. It says that he's trying to retreat back to the stronghold, but has no idea how to do that. Alright, good. Experience for everyone? No level ups? Darn. Yeah, let's have you go here. Yeah, you're gonna guard this town. Rick is gonna go forward and get himself some XP. Troy's gonna camp. At least he's gonna wait for the time being. Alright, what's your condition? Let's see. Pretty much completely maxed out, so... let's have you go take out this guy, who's probably scared for a reason. And we'll have... let's move forward when he has the opportunity to do so. I think once Rick arrives... there we go. Now we can get Leah's team out here. And she can go finish off this guy. So it seems like potentially the best option, if we run into a really bad situation, it might just be to let them die, so we can dispatch another unit. Sleep. You know, they're doing a pretty okay amount of damage against these guys. I think if they back off and we let them wait a little bit. Yeah, you guys just camp a sec. Flux is going to sit there and defend that town like a champ, because I don't think they'll be able to do anything. Let's see, you've still got healing items. Fine. Yeah, completely maxed out. You guys are not going to make a dent. Alright. We have a leader, right? Yeah. As long as we take out all their leaders, we're just gonna have a bunch of marauding demons going across the countryside here. Strangely enough, with short swords of all things by the looks of it. It's weird. Go through all the effort of getting friggin' superpowered demons and crap, you give them the crappiest weapons you got. What's that all about? Guess they wanted the means to control them or something. Right. So we could trade out. Troy, go deal. Yes, I know, I keep forgetting to have them target unit instead of other stuff. Still getting used to that system. It's a good system, I just don't know it yet. Deal with them. This one priest is just scaring away several armed men and demons. Crap. That went poorly. Mostly because dude guy wasn't able to do very much. And one more second of stepping away here. Sorry about all the random stops. Alrighty, minor chaos dealt with. Let's go ahead and move on here. So I'm probably just gonna go ahead and wrap this up pretty soon here. I might not be able to finish the map this time. So yeah, might have something a little bit different going on later. Let's see. How much is left for this one, I wonder? So they should be able to finish off that group pretty darn well, I'd figure. Especially with all the sleep rocks they keep getting. So yeah, she's gonna hunt them down. Dang it, that friggin' doll wizard though. Doll wizard's annoying. Those guys are running away. These guys are on the run too. Screw it. Steve, demolish. Maybe we can finish it this time. Thing is, I think the extra bonus money and things like that, I know that there is a bit of an extra if you end up finishing early, so I think that would probably make up for maybe losing a few units here and there, or losing a few bits of XP here and there. God dang it. Stop attacking my dudes. Swear to God, Troy. You have one job. Just get there eventually. Full strings is not going to do very much. You're still attacking leader? Need to be attacking leader here. Come on, Troy. Yeah, they're panicking and running. It's interesting, I don't think they even need to lose their leader in order to panic and run. And unlike last time, this is something they can actually do properly. Good, that should be their leader gone. Their ferret got a... Wait, what? How the hell is that a loss? Still panicking and running, though. Hopefully they're fine. Yeah, they don't look like they're turning back towards the HQ. God dang, that's getting close. I don't like it. Push thrust. Why are these guys endless? Oh, wait a minute. Is this one of those day-night cycle things where they keep napping during the day? Because I know a lot of the like vampires and stuff like that would show up and they were permanently napping when yeah, when they got encountered during the day in March of the Black Queen. I wonder if they're the same way here. It'd be really cool. But in that case... Oh, no, wait, no, it's just because of that guy. Putting naps on everybody. Or maybe it's because they were just camping at that exact second. Either way, they're doing really well. And since nobody can get chucked across a river, they aren't getting away either. I almost want to say maybe have the cleric pull back, have Butts go on the offensive. Every time I hear, every time I think Butts going on the offensive, it just makes me think of friggin' Throne Butt from Nuclear Throne. They're gonna go get their Throne Butt move, they're gonna become all super powerful and everything, deflect more bullets. Alright. Yeah, hopefully the boss isn't gonna be like goddessless or something. Probably will be, too. Totally would make you fight the guy that seemed like he was gonna be the good guy. Alright. Nancy, you go ahead and rest to heal up. And Butts, you're gonna go ahead and attack. Just attack here in general. I think Barbara, since you're not doing very good at defending the HQ, you're gonna go here. Let's go ahead and defend this town in Butts' stead. Trader, you continue attacking, and yeah, you're gonna join butts in taking this town. Sometimes you must join butts. Effectiveness of the butt joining cannot be denied. Yeah, these guys do just seem to nap all the time. Or no, these guys were camping. What am I saying? I know for a fact these guys were camping. Yeah, this team's very effective. All of that double sleep action is very, very, very effective. Just completely disabling everybody in there. And yeah, once that Dull Wizard's dealt with, I'm probably just gonna send Dio to go liberate that town in the south. Just because they probably don't want to be owned by frickin' demons. Might not exactly go over well. Like, oh, you know, they came over, they saved everybody else, but we got screwed, we were too neutral to be helped. Just notice, the guy's name's Vladville. He's gonna start his own vaudeville show, except he's all like some kind of crazy vampire or some crap. All Russian or something. Vlad the Impaler's favorite vaudeville. Spear guys. I wish they'd get promoted more often. I almost want to say we might be better off just shoving them in the back of every party so that they're not getting killed off all the time. But that back line is already reserved. Maybe just stick them behind the leader or something? You know, I think they just have one thrust attack wherever they are anyway. Because if they have to get all the way up to 100, that's already... what is it, like friggin' 33 battles in order for them to level up if they've only got a single unit? And that's only to get one extra guy? I mean, that ain't gonna fly. Yeah, just go for the weakest at this point. Wait a minute. Alignment down? She got alignment down from fighting demons? Seems like it would be the ultimate in alignment up technology. Come on, finish this douche. Finish him. Alright. Troy, you take this town. Does he have any healing items? Because yeah, you're going to want to use one of those. Mostly because I think you end up losing some experience if that one frontline guy dies. You can only put him up to 33, but whatever, it's something. Sweet reinforcement. Oh, they do transform at night. They were just basic dudes. Interesting. So I guess they were... Wait, why were they attacking their own guys then if they just transform? They not control themselves anymore or what? What's that all about? Okay. Steve, attack this way. Rick, you go ahead and attack this way. Butts, you go attack this way. And you, whatever the hell your name is again, you go attack this way. Once again with the Be Right Back. Yeah, no, so just so you know, still here, just kind of have it muted for just a sec here while I take care of a couple things. But yeah, still around and should hopefully be wrapping this one up pretty soon here. Seems like everything's going surprisingly well. Actually, I'm a little bit surprised that all of the Ogre type things seem to be coming in and generally just kind of being hot garbage, quite frankly. Like, other than that one first impression where they were hitting like an absolute truck, they spent the rest of the time either napping or transforming back into people. So, overall, not a very winning strategy, I'm gonna go ahead and go with. I mean, this guy's just friggin' sleeping over here. Oh well, anyway. So, be right back once again. Well, hello there, Mr. Cow. So the next one of round two just came out. All right, well, no spoilers. Gonna go see that in just a little bit here. Just finishing up this thing. Gonna trying to handle feeding and like bathrooming animals out in the background here. Trying to get everyone fed and taken out and handled and all that sort of thing. So all that kind of fun stuff. Yeah, hopefully it wasn't another complete one-way curb stomp. Man, there have been a decent number of those. That's the thing with Formula Front, though. Like, it's funny because the actual multiplayer function of that is really, really good. Like when even with the completely busted parts and everything, if you end up doing the full like 5v5 thing, it's actually surprisingly well balanced. That's the version that they ended up going with on the Japanese side of the tournaments, and yeah, it's pretty friggin' fun to watch. But yeah, it's like honestly, pretty much every team's gonna have somebody running napalms or bazookas or that kind of thing. But still, you end up seeing a lot of varied builds because even though there is a meta, there's only so many parts to go around. So yeah, Anyway, so muting again for just a moment. I'm gonna go take care of a couple more things, and I'll be right back. Alright, back again. So, was it... So, I'm assuming the guy with the multiple entries ended up winning another one or something? Is that what's going on? I'm still kind of surprised anybody would bother. Like, here's this game nobody's ever heard of. Let me go ahead and try to mess with a tournament for it, for some reason. That sounds legit. Definitely sounds like something worth bothering with. It's just like one of those weird trolling things that's just... I don't know, it doesn't make sense. It's like, it's not even dickish. Like, I know some people do it just to be a dick to small communities or something, but... I don't know. It just... it just seems beyond low-hanging fruit. And at that point, it's just somebody eating something rotting off the ground just because it was easy to get to. I don't know. Anyway, yeah, let me finish what I was doing then. Be right back again. Alrighty, and back again. So, it just occurred to me, the the last bit that I was just talking about, did that actually come through? Because I think I might have muted myself and then started talking like an idiot, and then finally went back. Let's see. I can bust around to vote for AC of the season thing, use multiple accounts to multiple votes, bust your card at the time, and that's why voting for the AC season stops. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe it's just somebody with a mental issue. Like, honestly, a lot of the time, and this seems like a weirdly specific issue, but like the AC community, there is a surprising amount of times where somebody comes in and acts in such a way that can only possibly describe as they had a mental issue. Like, there's just like times like that where somebody's going and just going well out of their way for a contest that nobody will ever see, that like it's almost entirely random anyway. You know, it just doesn't really make sense for somebody to put that much effort into that kind of thing. So it's either they're like 5 years old and they don't know what they're doing, or there's, you know, something else going on there. Oh, hang on a moment. And back. Little baby there needed a little bit of help. Had a little bit too much to drink. Alright. So you go back. Oh wait, how the hell did I turn on that mini-map? Oh, like that, that's how. Sweet. I know how to mini-map now. Alright, so Steve's probably just gonna go take out their leader, and I think that's everybody on the map. Sweet. Fair enough. Yeah, I've been told there's one of the fights that's supposed to clearly kick me in the nuts. Ooh, hello. You know what, in that case, Steve might want to wait. And go get our free XP out of this guy. I wonder if there's a just stop moving command. Doesn't seem like it. In that case, why don't you go ahead and just pop yourself down right there. We'll let Butts get that free XP, and then we'll be on our way. Yeah, what's funny is I think that guy actually, the guy that you were talking about, one of the names seemed familiar, and I kind of have a feeling that he ended up entering something in my contest or in my tournaments when I had that a while ago too. Though, I have to say, I don't think I recognized any of the other ones, so I don't know if that same thing applied there. It could have. So I think it was just more he thought he found one large member of the community. Somebody who actually did succeed in making it somewhere, so I don't know. I don't know. Funnily enough, by the way, I found the owner of the Raven Republic not that long ago. So I was talking to I think he was actually the head of it, and was asking if he was ever planning to write more articles or anything. He's like, yeah, no, the series is so long dead at this point that it doesn't even generate ad revenue. So there's So it's one of those things where apparently he's still waiting. If any news on AC comes out, Raven Republic's coming back. So it's still there. He's still, he's still doing stuff. He's just deliberately not doing anything for it. So whether that's good or bad news, I guess is up to you. Anyway, let's see if Healy McKeelface can maybe go get a little bit of XP out of this. Okay. That. Yeah, I'm kind of wondering if this will be that boss fight. I was told that there was some encounter that was going to completely kick me in the bacon, and I'm assuming it was the friggin' Super Ogres from earlier, and they dead. They're really dead. They spent a lot of time napping, so that worked out just fine. I'm hoping that was the encounter they were talking about, but we'll see. We'll see. Alright. Come on, final unit, then just one boss fight and we're good. Wait, what's Raven Republic? Dude, you've never seen Raven Republic? Really? Like, hang on, I'm gonna wait for you to respond. Are you actually serious, or have you never seen that? I kind of figured everybody in the AC community would have seen it already. Wait, seriously? You've never seen it? Okay, okay. It's basically, you know how I was doing the AC articles a little bit ago? Which, by the way, yes, I plan to finish those. They're like friggin' 80% done. I just haven't gotten around to finishing them. But point being, yes. So Raven Republic was the original version. Well, the original popular version of that, at least as far as I'm aware. All right, there we go. Full elimination. Let's see if Steve can completely own this squad now. But okay, so yeah, it's just RavenRepublic.com, I think, or .net or something. And so they did like all kinds of different analyses of the different weapon types and their real-world counterparts and things like that. It's pretty interesting. They did some really neat articles on that one. Alright, you still don't have a healing element. Sold your soul to the devil! Well, if not for you, the revolution, this wouldn't have happened. They don't have a choice, do they? They're all friggin' mind-controlled. Oh, does he have the friggin' Magnus? Is that what that is? Well, they still don't have a healing element, so no threat whatsoever, but still. This is just adorable. Hey, check it out, we got damage. We got like 8. How much health do you have? 130. Oh man, that one hits pretty hard. When they actually can hit. But yeah, I think Arios has the Magnus. Would have expected that to be way later in the game, though then again, that spear that Troy is carrying around, pretty much same story on that one. Interestingly, they're deciding to leave the stronghold. I wonder if I can have her go steal the stronghold while he's doing that. Yeah, let's try that. See if you can get in there. It's weirdly confident of him, I gotta say. Mind control? Yeah, possibly. Oh yeah, come to think of it, you weren't here for that. So, the, you remember how I was saying there were a few people that were kind of getting a little bit angry that I was saying that Tactics Ogre and Ogre Battle and all that were basically, like, they were related to FFT? So, there's even more proof of that now. And that, yeah, these guys, and all of these ogre things that are popping up, does their shape look a little bit familiar to you, Mr. Cow? Because it probably should. Because you can probably guess what thing he ended up using to make that happen. Kinda wondering. Alright, is he gonna attack? Right, yeah, that guy's going back to his place. Yeah, I definitely need to remember to stock everybody up on more items. If I had a healing item here, I'd definitely just be using that right now. Right, you just go back, get yourself a little bit of healing. But yeah, let me know when you see it, if he looks familiar to you. Oh, wait, pause. Why is my pause not working? God dang it. We might end up losing a ferry here. Right, attack, yeah, whatever, just keep going for attack leader. Come on, please hit this. Right, they still can't retreat. Please miss. Good, they missed. Excellent, excellent. Yes! Okay, we got it. Friggin' got it. Yeah, so there's the Ogre again. Does he happen to look familiar to a certain Weegraph boss fight? And or a certain other one that I can't remember right now? Yeah, that was the Sun Manus. Sweet! I know we're all... It's funny. I'm really loving that I can just know all of these things by their look without even having played this game before. Like, they're actually all accurate and everything. Like, yeah, he was totally mind-controlled, wasn't he? Yep. He used his shiny rock. Used his dang shiny rock. Yeah, they're ogres. Yeah, they totally are. So yeah, I don't know if you saw the March of the Black Queen run. They mentioned the Zodiac Stones, but I think they come up in like a side plot that I never ran into. But yeah, basically he's using that rock to turn people into those things. And that, again, yet another thing. If it's actually the way, yeah, their bodies burst from the inside, and yeah, the ogres appeared. Does that sound familiar? Like, dude, this guy was pretty honest up to this point. He seems to be freaking out. And honestly, no. Like, considering the history of this place, they should not think the ogre thing is even a legend anymore. But yeah. So yeah. You missed the cutscene earlier, but literally he's like, yeah, so I have a thing that'll solve your whole war problem. Pulls out a red rock. Like, just go ahead and use this thing, and then suddenly frickin' demons start appearing everywhere. So there we go. Now, I'm gonna have to leave it there for today. I gotta go get things ready for the morning. Get second breakfast going and all that sort of thing, but yeah. That all went way better than expected. I'm really hoping that was the encounter they were talking about. And next thumbnail should be relatively funny, by the way. I was asked to put the quote-unquote woke Magnus type of thing into there, so... Actually, screw it, let me go show that thing. It just cracks me up even seeing it. There we go. So that thing on the very top, that angry sun, that's the woke Magnus that the Discord absolutely seems to love. But anyway, so I gotta get going. Thank you guys again. Really looking forward to seeing where this run goes, and take care. Have a good one.